Hey guys, brand new podcast. The Birdie Boy Relapse Tour is on sale right now. These are the dates. They are scrolling right there. Find your city, find your date, find your time, early show or late show. Can you make it on a Wednesday night? I know I'll be there on a Wednesday night. And guess what? I'll be partying hard as fuck on a Wednesday night because a Wednesday night means one show usually. So take a look. Do you see your city? Do you see your state? We'll find the time, find the show you want to go to. Then go to bertcast.com. Click the link that says tickets. Click the link that says RSVP. Then cut and paste that link that comes up. Send it to all your friends and say, hey, Bert's in town. Let's get fucking wasted. Let's go see great comedy and have a fucking blast. New Year's Eve, I'm in Philadelphia. Tallahassee, October 24th. Tampa, I've added another show at the Straz. I will see you guys on tour. Birdie Boy Relapse Tour. All right, now let's get to the podcast. By the way, we just added today's guest. You'll hear it on the podcast to my Tampa run. So my Tampa run that I do, it goes Tampa, Orlando, Tallahassee, Jacksonville, Hollywood, Fort Myers, and we just added Blake Weber. Blake Weber is a stand-up comedian, started in South Florida. We talk about that. More importantly, we talk about fucking golf. Listen, if you are not into golf, if you're not into a very random, meandering conversation that honestly is so old school podcast, in my opinion, so old school Rogan. Like when you go on Rogan and you just meander and talk about anything, that's this podcast. We have a couple of hard seltzers. We have a couple of light beers, and we talk about golf, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Tiger Woods. We talk aggressively about Tiger Woods. We talk about Tiger Woods golf. We talk about Pebble Beach. We talk about Spanish Hill. We talk about everything golf. We talk everything golf, I think. And we also talk about Blake's career. Blake has a very, very successful Instagram channel. And you have seen Blake's videos go viral a lot of times. He goes viral probably once a week.
Yeah.
He is the guy. If you've ever seen the guy, we show these videos. Have you ever seen the insect holding on to the antenna, which all of us have seen, and the insect screaming? That's Blake.
There's also Blake Vapes.
He originally started his channel as Blake Vapes, and he was mocking dudes vaping. He talks about all of this. But his Instagram account is a kind of a parody account, a little bit. It's an extension of his comedy, but more importantly, his videos he does where he does voiceover. He does voiceover over Tekashi 6ix9ine. He does voiceover over Nicki Minaj. He does, and they're fucking hilarious. And I'd seen so many of them, not knowing it was him. I'd just seen them. They come across on TikTok or Instagram, and the one with the bug holding on to the thing I'd seen like 4 or 5 times. I laughed every time. And then Jay Larson hit me up. He's like, yo, you got to get Blake Weber on your show. He'd be great. He's hilarious. And he's a great golfer. And he went to Florida State. So we talk about Florida State. We talk about golf. We talk about his step into comedy. And he signs up for our Florida run. So if you'd like to see him live, come see us in Florida at those places I just mentioned, all towards the end of last 2 weeks of October. Yeah, last 2 weeks of October, we will be on tour together. I think you're going to love this podcast. And like I said, I talked about this a long time ago. When Miss Pat was on, I mentioned when you see a person you don't know the name, hey man, this is the next guy that's going to be on a lot of podcasts. He's got a great podcast called The Gents. It's a fun one. I think it's over 2 hours long. I'm sure we probably spoke something throughout it. Anyway, no, we don't. We just drink cold drinks. Ladies and gentlemen, my buddy, Colorado born, moved to Canada, grew up and spent time in Florida, graduated from Florida State, stand-up comedian, Instagram Blake Weber. So shit.
What?
Rolling, Halston? So did you spend time in Florida? You grew up in Colorado, but
yeah.
And you were down in Boca?
So I went to high school in Jupiter High, and
it's so funny because I so often feel like no one who ever lived in Florida ever moves to LA.
Right?
Ever.
Like very rarely. But there's a gang of Floridians that like we all moved here kind of like in the same era.
Really?
Yeah. Like Dave Williamson.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
do you know Dave?
Yeah, I know Dave.
No fucking way.
Dude, this is the coolest shit ever. So I like knew of him in Florida because everyone's like, dude, he's so funny. And I was like, I've heard that. So I was at a show, I was doing like a guest spot, and he like just rolls in. And he was like the guy in Florida. Like, no.
By the way, I can so envision Dave rolling in. Fucking chain right here.
That's right.
A little bit of cologne. Man, by the way, fucking Miami Dave. What's that noise? You hear that?
Little beep.
Is it the refrigerator? Miami Dave was a little more Cuban than the Dave he is.
Yeah.
Like there was a hint of Cuban to
the
him.
Slick back hair. Yeah. The like he would have like an extra button down. But I just remember him like rolling in and just being, he got there, he like talked to the booker for 2 minutes. Whoever was supposed to be next got bumped, and he just like walks on. He's like, "What's up?" And he was like so smooth. And that was like my introduction to Dave.
So my introduction to you was Jay Larson. Jay Larson
Yes.
hit me up. He's like, you got to get Blake Weber on. He's fucking hilarious. And it's funny because he's like, he went to Florida State. He's fucking hilarious. I was like, immediately. And by the way, open invite. Anyone goes to Florida State wants to come on this podcast, it is an open invite. I'm performing there October 24th. I'm going back for the first time.
Oh, I saw you with your hoodie. I was like, all right, my dude.
See, because when I left as, this is going to sound melodramatic, but I left as a loser. Like I left as the party animal. The administration hated me. They didn't graduate me. I walked, but I didn't graduate. I had to take correspondence classes in New York.
Well, that's cool, dude.
So I had like a little bit of a sour taste, and like people were like, you want to go back to a football game? And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
I was like, because also as a comic, and you can attest to this, there is a feeling of telling people you're in comedy, and then they're like, oh, good for you.
Yeah. They're like, I've never heard of you.
Yeah. Do you know who Jeff Foxworthy is? And I'm like, I know. Yeah, I know.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, and then it just was like, and so I was like, I'm not going back until I can like perform.
Yeah,
and like people are like, I want not just to perform, because I got offers to perform, but I wanted to be able to go and people hit me up for tickets.
Yeah, and be like, dude, Bert, you're coming back. Let's go.
Yeah, and so I got the offer, and I was like, all right, I'll go back.
Nice.
But then I realized, like, as I started selling tickets, I was like, what college kid knows who the fuck I am? Like, and that's a college town, and the fucking, and I mean, I know the adults that live there, but I can't imagine any college kid would ever be half aware of who I am, let alone go, I'm going to spend $55 of which, $20 was drinking money.
Literally.
And you're like, I'm going to spend 4 nights of drinking. I'm going to spend my whole month of drinking to go see Bert talk about his fucking daughters.
Yeah, that's so funny. Dude, you're going to sell out. Like it's going to crush. You know that. You know it.
I don't know. It's what's interesting about this business is when I started and looking at your career is very different. You took charge of your career.
Yes.
You took charge of your career and drove it forward on your own willpower. But you do have a hint of that very early stages of when you started, when you were like, how the fuck do I get booked? How the fuck do I do that?
Dude, it's so weird because comedy, it's like you said, there really is no like set path. And like with all like the emerging platforms and everything, it's like, what do I do? How do I do it? And what I came to realize is like, you just have to just do what you like and eventually just be good at it, master it,
So talk to me. I want to know your path because like I said, Jay Larson hit me up about you. He's like, you got to get him on the podcast. And what's funny is I followed you, I checked out some of your videos, and then I was like, wait, this is the guy that goes viral all the time. Like you go viral. How many times have you seen your videos reposted by other people?
Oh, so many times. Like it happens like multiple times a week. And, some of them, obviously go off more than others. And then I can't even imagine how many times, some of these videos get posted that I'm not even aware of because they'll go on a page and then like a month later, someone will tag me and be like, why didn't you credit Blake Weber? And I'll be like, and then I'll see it and it'll have, like 2 million views. And I'm like, wow, that would have been cool if they would have tagged it.
The one that I saw on your page today is the stick man holding on to the.
Oh yeah.
I saw that everywhere.
Really?
I saw that everywhere.
Wow.
I want to say Snoop Dogg reposted it. Like I saw it fucking everywhere. And have you seen it, Austin? oh, it's fucking great, and it's on your page.
Yeah.
I go, and then what's hilarious is I hear it and on your page, and I go, oh yeah, that's definitely him. You seen this one? Click that one, Halston. No, below it.
Right below it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
Halston, how are you not signed into all my shit on this fucking computer?
Oh,
Jesus Christ!
wow.
But well, we're gonna have to sign into someone's Instagram because your Instagram videos are hilarious. And then I saw that one today, and I was like, I've seen this everywhere. And then my favorite ones are Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, the 6ix9ine ones. It's so funny. I'm actually working on one right now that he did because he was just on a podcast where he's like getting called out.
Yeah. By the way, I just watched that podcast.
Did you? Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
How you know it's Hoover?
Yeah. Yeah, I literally just watched it yesterday, and I was like, "This is. I'm here for this. Like, this is the shit that I want to. I want to like. I'm very far removed from that world, but it's fascinating, and I'm interested in it, and it blows my mind that this is like, this is. I mean, this is like some life and death shit, dude.
Yeah, it's that interview is interesting because I'm not really certain what he's arguing about. He's saying that he is. Here, play the stick, man. Can you play it? This one's so good because I saw it and I was like,
I thought this was a tree, but it's the antenna to your 97 Toyota RAV4. Oh God, I made a terrible mistake. Slow down for my kid.
I saw it on TikTok. Yep. I saw it on TikTok. I did. I go to TikTok. I'm slowly. But what I love, oh, God damn it, man. I'm the worst interviewer. Cheers. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for both of us getting out of Florida, making it here, and celebrating Florida.
Let's go.
And you're really from Colorado, which is my favorite state in the fucking.
Really?
Trying desperately to get my daughter to go to Boulder.
Oh, that'd be a fucking fun place to go for parents' weekend.
I'm doing Red Rocks October 8th.
Oh.
And yeah, I'm doing Red Rocks October 8th. And so I'm flying the girls out Friday, and we're going to hit, but we're really just hitting Boulder. I don't give a fuck about any other college.
Boulder is so fucking cool.
It is, and I can't get her to wrap her head. Because I'm bringing it up, she's like, nah,
she's
good.
Like, shut up, Dad.
Yeah, she's like, if Dad likes it, it's not good.
It's lame.
And she also has, I think, the type of person I am.
Yeah.
She knows the type of person I am. She's like, well, if Dad's into it, that means there's fucking parties, and it's going to be cool dudes, hot chicks. And my daughter's just a little more academic, I guess, man. I don't know what the fuck she is, but I love. Where'd you go up in Colorado? Denver?
No, a little further south, Highlands Ranch.
Okay.
Which is kind of like by Castle Rock area, which is the midpoint of Colorado Springs and Denver.
Really? What elevation?
I would say it's about 5,500 feet, so a little over a mile.
I can't fuck with elevation.
You know, right? Oh my God.
I cannot fuck with elevation.
Okay, so I hadn't been back for like a long time, and over the course of the past few months, I started a golf podcast, and we get invited to these events out there put on by our friend at Colorado Golf Blog. And the course that we play is at 7,700 feet. It's way the fuck up there. It's in Monument. It's called King's Deer. And I'm in decent enough shape. Like I can go on the elliptical, for like an hour and a half nonstop, drenched in sweat, totally fine. I'm fucking walking up hills at this golf course, just like out of breath, just like, Jesus Christ. Like I'd never noticed that as a kid. You like don't even pay attention to it. And now you go there and it hits you and you're just like, what the fuck? But that shit messes you up, dude.
Dude, I can, to the point where when we're on tour, when I'm in my bus, I have an altimeter app, and I am looking at altimeters and checking our elevation going, motherfucker, just go downhill. Like, cause we party pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so and that is the recipe for disaster is partying hard.
Yeah.
And fucking, what were we coming through? We were coming through whatever the pass is in between Vail and
the Eisenhower Pass.
And you just start creeping up altitude.
Yep.
And I'm just like, everyone gets up and everyone's like, you feel fucking like shit? And we're like, yeah. I'm like, does anyone feel dehydrated? We're like, everyone.
Someone give me a liter of water now.
That is, so why did you move from, I'm so bad at interviewing people, but why did you move from Colorado? What got you out of Colorado?
So initially I moved up to we moved to Canada for a couple years. I was playing like lower league competitive hockey. Like I was like I think I was a bantam at that time. So age like 12-ish. So we were playing hockey. My dad had an opportunity up there, and then after 2 years, his visa ran out, and so we're like, oh, we can't live in Canada anymore. And at that point, I wasn't old enough to to get brought into like a junior A or junior B team. So we just came back to Colorado, where I was continuing to play hockey, but I got injured and had to quit at that point.
Wait, what was your injury?
I had a birth defect in my retina, where if I get hit hard enough, it'll get detached. And at that time, the surgery wasn't as good as it is now, and so they can't like guarantee full vision. So my track at that point, like I was on path to go, play junior hockey, go to college, and then hopefully get drafted. Like that was my path at the time. Was
yeah,
hockey.
You got hockey legs.
I got them hockey thighs, dude.
You do. You have like my buddy Jimmy Tatro has hockey legs.
Oh, Jimmy.
You know Jimmy?
I know Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Tatro has hockey legs. Like he's got he's a thick dude.
Yeah.
For like he's like, I go, what do you weigh? He's like 240 or something.
You're like, what?
Yeah, and Pat McAfee's got fucking explosive. Thick legs means explosivity.
That's right.
What it means.
You got them fast twitch muscles, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I moved. We moved back to Colorado. Quit hockey. I started to really get into golf at that time.
Really?
Yeah. I played golf in middle school, high school. Tried to walk on at Florida State. Didn't have a chance. Brooks Koepka was there at my time, so like it was like I was gonna play against Brooks. No.
What were you scoring in around the time when you tried to walk on?
I was at that point I had been smoking weed, so I was way less good than I was. When I moved to Florida, that's when I was like a 3 or 4 handicap. Like I was good. I was good. I was shooting like 75. I could go under par, but I didn't have like the work ethic, and it was because of
It's hard to go to Tallahassee and then focus on a sport.
Exactly.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I won the Katy golf tournament.
Okay. Like the Kappa Delta
golf tournament. And I had a beer from that golf tournament in my golf bag for like 12 years. 15 years.
These were the days.
Yeah, it was just a tall boy Miller. We got fucking wasted, and I played the best round of golf of my life at whatever the public course was.
Yeah, I know, it's Seminole.
Yeah, and I played the best round of golf, won closest to the pin.
Okay,
and won the round and won the tournament.
Well, what'd you win? Did they have like a good
I don't
prize?
know. The thing is, you'd think there were going to be better golfers out there.
Yeah,
I probably shot 10 over. I'm guessing. I mean, it was. I remember thinking. I grew up because that course in the 90s was very forgiving.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot
just
of like,
open.
Yeah. And so for a kid who grew up in Tampa playing, no course was forgiving.
Yeah. You got the damn fucking jungle over here. You got the ocean over here. Yeah.
And so and that's been my like the key to my golf success in playing as an adult is you go out and play with people who don't know the sport. Yeah. And then they play in a course where it's like we just played in Serbia and I drove 5 greens.
Whoa.
I drove 5 greens.
Dude, do you smash it or what?
You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
With used clubs that we rented from the course.
Whoa. And I can't imagine it's like last year's used clubs.
And we were playing with my executive and he was like, no, they were like, by the way, the course was atrocious.
I love it, dude.
But I remember getting up there and looking at this and going, I think I got this. And my exec we were playing with was like, well, this isn't fucking fun. And he was like, we're all fucking hitting 5 shots and you're already up there.
Yeah.
And so I can hit it very far.
Nice.
And I've got good club speed. But in growing up as a kid, it was you had such narrow far fairways that you go and play with adults.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're playing this wide open course. And I was like, you guys are gonna think I'm really good.
Yeah.
but really in essence, I've probably always been like be able to play bogey golf.
Yeah.
Which is by the way, is good golf.
That's good enough.
And it looks bogey golf looks like scratch golf to the average golf person.
Yeah.
They think you're amazing.
Yeah, you're just like you're on the green, maybe just past regulation, 2-putt, and there you are making a bogey.
Yeah, but when you see people that can play like scratch golf, you're like, this guy fucking balls.
And dude, what it is, 100% it's putting. These motherfuckers.
It's 100% putting.
You're on the green with them and they've got like a 30-foot putt for birdie and you're just like, okay, no way. And then they're draining it and you're just like, oh, because me on a 30-foot putt, I'm like, maybe I'll make this, but there's no chance really.
Yeah.
It's like a 1% maybe. And then when you do get that one though, I mean, that's that good shit.
I had a round of golf with my dad. I always play with my dad, and my first day back, I play amazing. Okay. We played up at Spyglass.
Oh, dude, that's one of my dreams.
We played at Spyglass. Was it Spyglass?
Spyglass
or was
Hill,
it either Spanish?
I
think it's Spyglass. Yeah,
it's definitely Spyglass. The part of the whole Pebble Beach.
Yeah. We played Pebble Beach and Spyglass. Yeah, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Why?
It's a lot of money.
Well, but still,
it's a lot of money.
I used to play it on Tiger Woods, dude. I'm trying to fucking.
I played on Tiger Woods.
Did you really?
It's very different.
Is it?
It is very fucking different.
You can't shoot a 59 there.
I knew where your layup spots were. I knew where everything was. Right.
Yeah.
So wait, can you pull up Pebble Beach? I'll tell you about Spyglass. I'll pull up Pebble Beach. I'm gonna walk you through the course. Okay.
No, you're not.
I swear to God, because I'll tell you exactly how I played. So we go to play Spyglass the day before, and we're playing with this Canadian couple, and I am fucking crushing it.
Okay.
I shoot an eagle on a par 5. I'm playing phenomenal, right?
Holy shit.
By the way, I have eagled probably 3 times in the last 10 times I played golf. Like I have been
Bert,
I got really great clubs. I've got clubs fitted for me. I've gotten fitted by TaylorMade and by PXG.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Damn, those are like the brands, dude.
Yeah, and so I've gotten fittings. And once you get fitted, all of a sudden your game gets exponentially better.
Game changer, dude.
The PXGs are the fucking game changers.
Yeah, you like those?
I like them a lot. I like them a lot. I drive way better with my PXG driver.
Whoa.
My TaylorMade, I play pretty well with, but I met the owner of PXG.
Yeah.
I met him. Do you know the owner of PXG's name? Is a really interesting guy.
Pete or something, Pat.
He owned like GoDaddy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He's a really fascinating guy. He's really into ecstasy development.
Like MDMA?
Yeah. To get rid of PTSD.
Dude, it's a thing. Like that the trials have shown that people improve by like 33% when they're doing like the doctor prescribed MDMA. So that's
PXG's a golf club.
Yeah, for those that aren't golf nerds.
It's not
PXG. He's in an oil company in Qatar.
Bob Parsons.
I knew he was a P in
Bob
there.
Parsons is a really fascinating guy, very interesting guy. Like a pretty big badass, like a fucking badass, like military guy.
Yeah.
He owned GoDaddy. So I'm going to need a little different of a map, possibly. Go hole by hole on...
look up a course map.
Yeah.
Look up
Beginner's Guide.
Pebble Beach course map.
We play the first hole.
Yeah.
And we made a big mistake.
Uh-oh.
We made a really big mistake, and that is we did not get a caddy.
Oh, what was your thought process?
My dad didn't want one. He just goes, "No, we don't need one, buddy." And I was like, "Oh, I think we could use one." And then what happened is our caddy, the caddy for the other people, got a little pissy with us. Like he had attitude that he was like, "Well, I guess I'm not your caddy, so you won't hear anything I say. So I'm going to be like on the DL with them." It was like such a weird, it really made everything uncomfortable.
Weird. Yeah.
And I was like, I wish we got a caddy just so I didn't have to deal with this fucking fuckhead. Because he was like absolutely horrible to be around, because he would just be shitty. Like if I go hole, I want to say 3 or 4 is a drivable par 4.
Okay.
Especially from where we were playing that day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I got this. It's like, you don't got it. And I was like, okay, I definitely can't play around you,
dude.
And so, it's 1, 2, 3. Hole 4.
I see it.
Hole 4 is a drivable par 4.
Yeah.
And then hole 5 is
Par 3?
It's a par 3, and it's one of those ones where it's like a par 3 130.
Yeah.
And I go, I think I'm gonna hit pitching wedge. He's like, you can't get there with pitching wedge. And I was like, well, hold on. I don't know what you hit your pitching wedge at.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna hit a 9 iron, go 155, be over it. I'd rather hit a pitching wedge. And so it was like I had all of a sudden this guy doubting everything I did.
He's giving you bad vibes.
And we had played Tiger Woods golf so much. I'm like, I actually don't need a caddy.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that this was Tiger Woods golf until hole 4. Hole 4, I was like, this is Tiger Woods. I've played this a lot.
Like,
I know where
this.
to. Yeah, I know how this green rolls.
Yeah. I know how this green breaks.
So I'll tell you what. So everything tracks until you get to hole 6.
Yeah.
That cunt fuck of a hole.
Okay.
That's you know what hole 6 is, right?
Par 5, right?
Type in hole 6, Pebble Beach.
Pebble Beach. Is that the one that goes over like the...
It's the one that has a fairway,
Yep.
and then it has a mountain,
Yep.
and then another fairway and a green.
It's so long, isn't it?
It is so long. But I know exactly where you want to land. You want to land over by the ocean to the right.
Okay.
And then you want to shoot up over those sand traps onto the green. I know this hole. I played this hole so many times. And so I realize that at hole 4, I realize this is Tiger Woods golf. And I get to hole 6 and I go, oh, I know this hole.
Yeah.
And what happened is, now I also want to point out how much this cost. It cost $6,000 to play there.
$6,000?
$6,000 to play there. By the way, I'm certain I'll never be allowed to play there again because I'm telling everyone how expensive this is.
Yeah.
$6,000 to play there.
Holy shit.
So I go, I'm like, I fly my dad up. We play Spyglass the day before, and we have a great time. My dad throws his back out, and my dad eats edibles to loosen up his back. And we get to fucking hole 6, and my dad starts having wicked panic attacks.
Oh,
because the cliffs are right there. He started having them on hole 4, and by hole 6, they've mounted to a place where he can't control it, and he doesn't want me by the edge, trying to get my ball.
He's like, stop! No, Bert.
He's like, I can't have you there. I can't. Like, you're freaking me out. Just move your ball in. And I'm like, Dad, this is how I play this hole. Now, what's crazy is, I hit up to where I'm supposed to play on Tiger Woods over to the right. I know the shot going to the sand traps, but I don't have the overview that you got on Tiger Woods.
Oh yeah, so you don't know, first off, the elevation, furthermore how narrow the green is. Yeah.
And I'm like, motherfucker.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is totally different than Tiger Woods golf.
Yes, it is.
I'll tell you my gangster ass hole.
Which one?
It's on the back 9. Let me see. It's right before you start getting to the water. So if you are at
10, 11,
I think it's
12.
I want to say it's
13.
So 17. It's 16. I want to say it's 16.
16?
16, because 17 is a par 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And 16. And I drove the fucking green, and he was like, dude, you're hitting all wrong. You want to hit 3 iron, lay up right there.
Shut up.
Now he's talking to me, and I'm like, no, I know where I'm going.
I know what I want to do.
And I'm like waiting, and and by the way, this is like, I definitely don't have a golf podcast, but what's very frustrating to anyone who plays golf would understand, is someone who says, I'm going to drive the green, and now we have to wait for that fucking group in front of us to get off the green so you can drive the green.
Yes. And then 90% of the time, the person that's like, I'm going to drive the green, they fucking top the ball, they hit it over, they miss by a lot.
And so I fucking crush it over the goddamn trees, and boom. And I'm just like, this is it. And then we get drinks in between whatever, 16 and 17. 17's a par 3 going into the wind.
Straight down into the water, right?
Aggressively. And then 18 was a goddamn dream. I crushed 18 so fucking hard.
Did you birdie it? Did you birdie 18?
I ripped 18 because now I'm buzzed. Yeah. I'm almost done. My dad's playing again. My dad quit halfway through the course. Okay. Because he was having panic attacks from weed. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, the one splurge, I spent $6,000 so we can play fucking Pebble Beach. And you, not me, you get too high and we can't get through this fucking round.
Like, Dad, what the fuck?
Yeah. Where are some places you'd like to play golf?
I mean, Pebble Beach is definitely up there. Riviera, you know, locally, I'd love to play there. I really want to play Bandon Dunes up in Oregon.
Yeah.
That looks like a magical course. And then, I mean, naturally, like St. Andrews.
St. Andrews.
Go over to
St.
Scotland,
Andrews.
dude. Fucking hit on. I mean, I looked it up. That course is from like the 1700s.
By the way, I've played that course probably 1,000 times on Tiger Woods Golf.
Oh, yeah, right?
I've played that course and I know how to play that course.
Yeah, right?
I know. By the way, that's the thing that's what we need.
Yes.
Okay. Here's where we get an integration.
Let's go.
Let's get paired with Tiger Woods. Is they still making Tiger Woods Golf?
No, they switched over to Rory McIlroy for a few years. And then now it's PGA 2K, like NBA 2K.
And what do you have to play? You have to have like an Xbox to play it?
Yep.
I might actually get an Xbox just to play that.
I mean, dude.
I might just get an Xbox to play that. And then here's my pitch, okay?
Let's go.
And this pitch is to you, Xbox.
And Xbox.
We would like to play your game, and then we would like you to fly us out to these courses.
Mhm.
We're going to play this game aggressively and get so good.
Yep.
And then we're going to see if we can play the same game that we played on the Xbox then at the courses.
Let's go, dude. We're gonna shoot 49 with our characters on 18 holes. We're gonna go like 24 under par, and then we're gonna reference that with our actual game, playing from the tips.
Yes. Yeah. We'll play from the tips. And then what we'll do is they'll be like, all right, Bert, on PGA 2K.
Yep.
You went driver over the trees. And I'm like, wow. Yeah, that was aggressive.
That's so funny. Like, you drove this par 5 and made a 2. You made an albatross. Let's see what you do here.
Bert, you seem very familiar with this course. You played the golf cart path down the right side. So are you going to continue to play the golf cart path? I think I will. You went off the apartment buildings on the left. I was obsessed with Tiger Woods golf.
Me too. Me and my dad used to play. That was like our thing. Like when I was a kid on PS2, we would play.
Oh yeah, I played on PS2.
Literally.
I played on PSP, the PlayStation Portable.
the little guy. Yeah,
You put me. And by the way, can I tell you what's so fucking funny? Is I got my PSP and I was with Patrice O'Neill, and he said, he was like, "What the fuck? You playing golf on here?" and I said, "Yeah." And I made my character look like him, and I showed it to him, and I was like, "Yeah, they just give you a character." And he goes, "Wait, that's one of the characters?" And I was like, "Yeah, they give you like this fat, ugly black guy." And he goes, "Hold on," and I go, "I just made it to look like you." Except I gave him a fro.
Oh, okay. But did he die?
No, he passed away sadly. No.
R.I.P. No, did he like? Did he die of laughter?
No. Patrice. I don't think Patrice found it funny. But man, Tiger Woods golf was so good. And I've been looking for a golf game on my phone.
Yeah.
I can't find anything good on my phone.
No, there's one that's like putt-putt, but it's not like that good. It's called like Golf Challenge or something. I tried it for a while and then I was like, eh.
So wait, who's your group of golfers? Because there's a couple guys I follow on Instagram that are golfers. There's one guy.
Let's see. So Jay, obviously, the day that
are these all guys that you follow on Instagram?
Yeah. These are the guys that I do my golf podcast with.
Okay, hold on. Let me go and see if I follow any of these guys.
You'll know
you're
for
following
sure.
So Jake Adams.
Jake Adams. Yep.
Jake Adams got a beautiful swing.
He's a really good golfer.
Jake Adams is a really interesting guy to follow. It's so funny. How did I fucking? Oh, Jake Adams. Jake Adams does the commentary.
Yes, he does a swing commentary.
There's a commentary he has on a little kid trying to swing that falls down.
Oh no!
That I sent to so many people. It made me laugh so fucking.
They're
hard.
So mean, but they're so funny and they're like so like on point.
Yeah, Jake Adams. He tried to hit a golf ball in every state.
Yep.
Did he do it?
Yeah, he did it, dude.
But here's my question: did he go state to state to state to state to state, or did he just film it over the last 10 years and then post it daily?
No, dude, he went state to state because we were gonna try to surprise him in one of the states. We're gonna meet him up in Oregon and surprise him. And we got there, or sorry, I missed my flight, so I didn't get there. But our group got there a day early, and he's like, I'm in Idaho. There's no way I'm gonna make it. And then it was so funny. He comes the next day. They stayed. They barely got to hit one shot with each other before they had to hop back on the plane. But he did it, dude.
You follow Bryson DeChambeau?
I follow Beefcakes. Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
There's just something about his attitude that bothers me in terms of like, he's just like, I'm like I hit the longest on tour and I'm the coolest.
But that's what I like about him.
That's what you like about See? It just, my thing is, okay, here's my thing, is that it seems like he's trying so hard. He's like, look how cool I am. I hit the ball so far. I'm cool.
So just to be fair, and I get a lot of the current golfers mixed up.
Okay.
Like, so I did a podcast with his ESPN caddy. You know who he is?
Sounds,
God damn it.
I'd probably know the content. I'm terrible at names. I'm like I'm bad at faces.
Follows me.
Oh, he follows you.
Ricky Fowler.
I like Ricky.
I like ESPN caddy, Michael Collins.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Michael Collins.
Yep.
So I did a podcast with him and we talked about who I'd like to party with.
Okay.
Who'd be there? He's like, Bryson would be perfect.
I don't know. I mean,
okay, so Bryson, didn't he get into a fight with someone?
with Brooks.
With Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
So Brooks Koepka is a guy I like also.
Me too. I like
Brooks Koepka.
Yeah.
One of them I watch, and so I think I get those two confused.
Yes.
When I watch their videos.
Yeah.
And so, but I get a kick out of both of them, and I love watching golf.
Yes.
That's what a lot of people don't understand, how you can love watching golf,
dude. Because here's the thing that's fascinating.
I'm going to answer this to you ready?
Go.
Hold on, my dad's calling, and this is exactly. Go ahead, answer it, and then I'll call my dad back because
no. I want to talk to your dad.
My dad and I, for now 22 years, 24 years, my dad and I will watch golf together on the phone.
That's adorable.
I remember Ryder's Cup, Tiger's first Ryder's Cup.
Okay.
I'm in New York. I just start stand up. There's a day. One of my favorite memories with my dad. There's an outdoor day thing. It's my dad right here. Hey,
yeah, podcast.
Yeah, I'm doing a podcast. And we're talking about watching golf on TV.
Good idea.
No, not. And I was trying to explain how me and you, for the past probably 24 years, have watched golf on TV, and when on like big matches, like And I was saying the first one we did was, I think, Tiger's first Ryder Cup. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember. I always had delay on my broadcast.
So that was been the beautiful part.
So
one of us gets a delay, and so we watch it, and then I go, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! It's in!" And he goes, "No! He's still lining it up." And I go, "He's sinking it, Dad.
He's making it."
Yeah, you didn't tell me at first. You would have. I bet he makes this putt.
Yeah, at first I was like, "Wait, I got a delay," and I was like, $100 says he makes it.
No,
like, no way.
And then he makes it.
That's 20-foot.
That's a 20. I mean, we've watched some of the greatest golf matches together on the phone, because he'll call me. He's like, "Are you watching this?"
Yeah.
And so we were talking about just loving watching golf. I was talking about my eagle on Spyglass at Spyglass, Dad.
I remember that.
And tell him about.
And I was telling him about your panic attack at Pebble Beach.
Oh, well, thanks, bud. Does anyone listen to your podcast?
Yeah, people listen, Dad. People listen. Hey, text Andrew, because I think we're gonna go up to Kale's house to have a cigar and a drink.
Okay.
Just text Andrew, would you? And then I'll call you when I get done.
Okay. I'll turn on the podcast. What channel is it on?
It's not
ESPN.
It's on channel 4, Dad.
Okay. Thanks, bud.
All right, love you. Bye.
Bye, Dad.
But yeah, so it's Tiger's first Ryder's Cup, and my dad calls me. This is back when you had the brick Nokia,
of course,
and he goes, he's like, "Hey, are you watching this?" And I go, "No, I'm at an open air market on the Upper West Side." And he goes, "Go, no, buddy, go find a bar. Find a bar and call me back." So I go find a bar, and it's like an Irish pub.
Okay.
And everyone's watching Ryder Cup.
Oh, nice.
And,
okay.
And I go in and I grab a beer middle of the fucking day on a Sunday, and I grab a beer and I sit at a high top with my phone on and my beer, and I'm watching beer, talking to my dad, watching golf. And it was like one of the coolest moments you get to have. Like, it was just so fucking fun. And and it's been our connection. One of our connections is, and Tiger was our guy.
Of course.
Tiger,
I mean, he's everyone's guy in his peak.
But Tiger, what's interesting is my dad's been a weird, he doesn't track as what you would think would be a 70-year-old white man who lives in Florida, right?
Okay.
So when Deion Sanders came out and was on the cover, I initially thought because my dad doesn't like showboat shit.
Of course.
From me. Yeah. Like, the idea that I perform shirtless makes my dad's skin crawl.
He's just like, come on, man.
He's like, why wouldn't you wear a suit? Like, Jerry Seinfeld wears a suit.
Be a professional.
Yeah. And so I remember when Prime Time's cover came out, and it said prime time. He had the gold chains and the Jerry curls. I remember seeing it and thinking, sorry, I was smoking cigars in here this morning.
Hell yeah, I see it.
I was thinking I'd say something and go, can you believe that? Just play the game, right?
Yeah.
It's because I was young, and I thought that's what my dad wanted to hear.
Oh no.
And I was like, it was on the thing, and I was like, hey, did you see this? And he was like, yeah. And I go, I can't stand that stuff, right, Dad? Just play the game. And he goes, no, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you have no idea what this stands for. This is him standing up for himself as a young black man who's making money, and this is how he wants to live his life. And fuck the establishment. Fuck all the people that are telling. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ, that's what I was going to say, but I didn't say it.
When did my dad get cool?
Yeah, and then when Tiger came out, I was like, okay, because my dad liked golf, and I was like,
yeah.
And Tiger was a little bit like, everyone kind of was like, who's this fucking young buck, right? I remember everything. He played his first tournament in Scottsdale or something.
Yeah, that was the Waste Management.
Yeah, and I remember watching it with my dad, and I was like, what? Very wisely, I said, so what do we think about this guy? And he goes, buddy, he's going to be our favorite golfer for the next 20 years.
Wow, and Dad called it.
And I was like, boom. And man, I'm a ride or die with Tiger.
Me too. He was my hero as a child, like straight up. Like Steve Yzerman of the Detroit Red Wings, like those were like my sports hero icons. So, ride or die with Tiger, obviously, hopefully we get to see him compete again. Whether or not he does well, doesn't matter. If he gets back out there, it's going to be like magic.
Ride or die with John Daly.
Oh, coolest fucking guy.
Ride or die with John Daly. Did you see him? I just saw him on TikTok or Instagram the other day. Chug a Coors Light in front of this kid who tried to chug one with him. And he goes, fucking amateurs.
That's so, he is like the coolest, like apparently he's the coolest fucking guy, and he's just got like the most swag, and he just does dope shit, dude. Like there's that video that went viral like a month or so ago of him at someone's club championship barefoot, just walks out, just knocks in a hole in one in front of everybody, just like no big deal.
1997 TPC over in St. Augustine.
Okay, yeah.
We went every year in college over there to watch the thing. Everyone sits at the 17th hole.
Yep.
You bet. It's one of the coolest fucking things you can do as a Florida kid.
Oh yeah, of course.
And the next day, oddly enough, I get home, and it was a Monday, and and my Rolling Stone magazine article came out saying I was the number one party animal in the country. And the next day, I knew the magazine was coming out, but we were at the tournament, and we went partying one night, and we go to a bar and we see John Daly. And
I want to see John Daly.
We're fucking. I'm in love with the guy. My dad and I went and watched him play in like just outside of Tampa. I forget the name of the course. Oh fuck. But we watched him play, and my dad would just say, "Buddy, what's great about this guy is he hits the ball long, but his short game's fucking amazing. He's got the softest hands."
That's yeah.
And so I see him, and we're all sitting. Me and my buddies are out the bar. And we're like, "Shut the fuck up."
That's John Daly.
Yeah, it's John Daly. And we walk over, we kind of pony up. We're like, what's up, John Daly? He's like, what's up? And we're like, hey, there's a beer, right? And he's like, yeah. And he chugged a beer with us, and he was cool as fuck. I think we took pictures on a camera. I wish we had cell phones back then.
Yeah, right.
No recollection of where that picture could be.
Yeah.
But I remember, that literally set precedent for who I am as a entertainer to this date.
Wow.
Was the fact that he was accessible, that you could touch him, and he was cool.
Yeah.
And then I remember thinking, and this is like my moron frat boy math was, the next day I got written up in Rolling Stone, and it's like huge. My life changes, and I go to Yanni's that night. And,
Yanni's. I know Yanni's.
and there's a bunch of like football players at the thing, a bunch of linemen, and they're like, "Hey, you're the party animal, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Come do a drink, come and do a shot with us." I was like, "All right." And I walked over, and they're like, "Fuck. You really gonna do a shot with us?" And I was like, "I'll do shot for shot with you guys. Let's go." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And so we all drank a bunch of shots, and we were fucking around. They're like, "So what the fuck are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like,
figure it out.
And I remember thinking, all right. And to this day, I do a show. I'll do a fucking 3,500 seat theater, and I'll tell everyone. We'll do 2 shows a night. And I'll tell everyone, meet me at the bar around the corner. I'll be over there if you want to have a shot, have a drink, take a picture. Like, and I think John Daly defined so much of how I believed a celebrity should be.
That's so well, and it's funny too, because I can attest to the fact that that's that's how you are, because it was maybe like 2010 or 11. You were doing a show at the Miami Improv, and I was just down there and I was watching the show. And after the show, I bought 2 shots for us, and you were shirtless or whatever. And we both did a shot, and you were so cool. This was literally back in like 2011, the Grove Miami Improv.
I loved that improv.
It was like such a party in there. And I remember your show specifically. I would go down there a bunch, and there's so many like shows that you see that are like unmemorable or whatever. But your show, I just remember it was like such like a party atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was, and I was like, wow, I didn't know that this is something that stand-up could be, you know?
Oh, that's a great compliment. I wish you had told me that then. I would have been like, oh, I should do more of this.
Well,
thing.
I didn't know anything.
So you started doing stand-up in South Florida?
I started technically in Tallahassee.
No, where?
Yeah. Well, my first open mic was at Potbelly's.
Me too.
At Potbelly's?
At Potbelly's. At Potbelly's. So at Potbelly's, yeah.
Wow, that's so, yeah. Potbelly's had like a random open mic on like Thursdays or something. And the reason why I started was, okay, so I did my high school talent show. I did like a stand-up routine. It was terrible, but it murdered. I ended up not winning some like exotic, like some exotic dancer, some like some exotic dancer that was 16.
I'll see you guys in April. I'll be over at Cheetahs.
Check me at Cheetahs when I'm 18.
What a fucking brilliant marketing plan, though.
Right?
If you're like,
oh man,
I'm gonna do a little strip tease, and just so you know, when we graduate. You can see this for $20 around the corner.
So gross. Yeah. So this the interpretive dancer. There you go. That's what I was saying. She ended up winning because I swore I said ass twice in my set. But it crushed, and parents were coming up to me after like, you should do stand up.
Do you remember any of your jokes out of there?
No, I did a bunch of impressions. Like I
always wanted to be able to do impressions.
Yeah, I did like Regis Philbin was like one of them. It was like, hello everybody, I'm Regis Philbin. Gelbin, get him a sweater. Get this guy a sweater. And like that was like the big one in South Florida. Of course, everyone loved it. So I did like my high school talent show, and then in Tallahassee, I would tell people like, yeah, I'm a comedian, you know, because it's like a flex, and like it got girls and whatnot. And so one of the chairs for a sorority was like, hey, you're a comedian, right? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. She's like, do you want to do our fundraiser? And I was like, of course, yeah, I'm happy to. And at that point I was like, oh fuck, I gotta like actually go like comede. And so I heard about this open mic at Potbelly's, and I started going because I had like a month or so to prepare. So I did like 6 or 7 open mics in that period of time. Potbelly's, there was also one. Let's see.
Me. That's me at Potbelly's.
That's you at Potbelly's?
That's me at Potbelly's.
Oh my God, look at you. Nice. I love the goatee, dude.
Yeah, I was a hardcore goatee, a little bit of a Caesar.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Is that a sunglass tan line I see?
It looks to be one, yes.
That's nice, dude.
Brought a beer with me on stage. I remember, I've said this a million times, but I grabbed a beer to have it before I went on stage. And, and this guy, Christian Harloff, was like, don't do it.
Don't do it?
And I said, what? And he goes, don't do it. It'll be a bad habit. And he's take it up with you and have it on stage with you, but don't start drinking before you got to get on stage. He goes, it'll turn into something you have to do every time. And I didn't do it.
Okay.
And I brought a beer on stage with me, and I didn't touch it. I talked the whole time. I had it in my hand.
Yeah.
It's a little like, in case this goes bad, I can murder this.
Yeah.
And I did 30 minutes.
What, you did 30 minutes at your first open mic?
Yeah.
That must have been, it was either probably hilarious or like the worst thing.
Oh, I murdered.
Exactly.
And I murdered, and it was so close to my voice today.
Wow.
It was so close to like this free stream of conscious. Like today when I do a spot at like the Improv,
yeah,
it is more close to that than any of the shit I would be doing for the next 15 years.
That's so fascinating. And I feel like that's so rare, but also I feel like when that's the case, like that's your most authentic self, you know, like that's essentially like you are yourself in real life and on stage. And those to me are the funniest people. Those to me are the people that are most authentic to themselves on stage and off. They're usually the greats, you know?
Oh, I had so much fun that night. I called my dad and I was like, a radio show put it on. They didn't have an open mic. A radio show put it on.
Wow.
Had like 4 comics go before me. I went up, did 30, killed, got offered a radio show in Tallahassee. And they sat me down with the program director and the co-host,
Okay.
the host,
Yeah.
and in the outdoors at Potbelly's, over to the far. I mean, just to be specific, if you were walking in, far left corner over by the outdoor bar. That's what was there then. I don't know
At that
what's there.
time?
Yeah.
Okay. I know. So it was right when you walk in the fence, you're talking, right?
Yeah, you right when you walk the fence over to the far left. They used to have an outdoor bar to the left of Potbelly's.
Okay. So they still have the outdoor.
Okay.
Well, I haven't been to Tallahassee in like 10 years or 11 years. But they did have that outdoor bar to the left, and they set up there was a stage over there.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't remember if there was a stage over there. I don't remember anything really. You know, me and Johnny Knoxville shot a commercial at Potbelly's.
This is so funny. I didn't know that like Potbelly's had this much of a history. I knew it'd been there for a long time.
It got there when I was there.
Okay.
My year, Potbelly's showed up probably my first junior year.
Okay.
And it was across the street from the Lambda Chi house. So we had a lot of friends that were Lambda Chi. So it was behind the Lambda Chi house. So they could funnel there. My buddy, I lived with this guy Hutch, who was the Lambda Chi, this guy Blair, this guy Keith. Okay. And so we'd go over to Potbelly's and it was a fucking blast.
Dude, I don't know about during your era, but during my era, they would do the $10 all you can drink on Thursdays from 10 to 12. That was...
Oh my God.
$10 all you can drink. You could just sit at the bar and be like, yeah, I'll do like 14 shots. And they're like, here you go.
That's fun. No, they didn't have that.
They didn't yeah.
I don't remember. I was never, it's funny as you know, I was obviously a big drinker in college, but like, I think I'm just as big a drinker now as I was in college, is that I like to get drunk.
Yeah.
But there was never a, I don't know. And I get drunk as fuck. I get really drunk, but like, I don't know. It was different. Like I had a buddy, Mason Riles, who would get like, carry him out of the bar drunk every night. And we were like, I was never that.
Yeah. You're like, I wasn't that guy.
But yeah. So you did an open mic at Potbelly's?
Open mic at Potbelly's.
How great would that have been? And it had to be a supportive scene because it's only people that are into comedy.
Literally. It was great. And a lot of the people that were doing comedy then are still doing comedy and succeeding.
Who?
So there's Lisa Best.
Pull up these names and pull them up in different thumbs.
Yeah, Lisa Best. She is, I believe, last I heard, she was writing for something, but she's absolutely hilarious. Kevin Barnett, R.I.P. He was in New York. And
I know Kevin Barnett.
Yeah, he was so funny.
Kevin Barnett passed away.
Yeah.
He passed away in Mexico, right?
That's right.
He was from Florida State?
Yeah, FSU guy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, he was so funny. He hosted the first open mic I did at a comedy club because, a month or so after doing this random sorority gig, I was like, oh, I guess I'm not going to stop doing this. And, I was doing a show at the Comedy Zone in Tallahassee, and he was like the host. He was the guy that hosted.
Really? He was funny as shit.
Oh, he's so funny. Some of his
complications of
Yep.
Was it pancreatitis? I thought it was bad something.
That's initially what I thought too, but it was so shocking when that happened. I was like, holy fuck.
That's horrible.
It's awful. But yeah, so Lisa Best, Kevin Barnett was there. JC Carias, really funny guy. He's actually from University of Florida, but he used to be in Tallahassee.
Pass on him. It's so funny that like even when I go to home and I tell a joke and I go, yeah, I went to school at Florida State, and you hear people booing, I go, we're grown-ups. We're fucking grown-ups.
Stop it. Yeah, so he was always in Tallahassee because we just had obviously better crowds, better shows, better people. So he was up there a lot. I'm trying to think.
Do you follow Lisa Best on Instagram?
No, but we're friends on Facebook.
Oh, is she not on Instagram?
I think she is, but
very political. No, I'm kidding.
Very political. Yeah, dude. She keeps pushing this like vaccine mandate or something. No.
Lisa Best comic.
Yeah.
I'm giving her a follow.
Nice. FSU right there. And I'm trying to think. There's one other person that I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's amazing to see the pool of people that started. We all started in a small little community and are, continuing to pursue it and doing it in some capacity.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We did not have that. There was,
I can imagine it was a totally different ballgame.
Florida comics from my generation, meaning like the people that I knew from Florida were Todd Barry
Okay.
Brian Regan.
Yep.
Jim Brewer.
Yep. Daniel Tosh.
But not even until later. Like Daniel Tosh, I didn't realize he was from Florida until like these were guys when I moved to New York. Tom Rhodes.
Yeah.
These were
Oh, yeah,
Mitch
Tom Rhodes.
Hedberg was started down in Florida,
Yes,
I
he
guess.
did. Mhm.
And so those were the Florida guys that you knew of in New York. And then when I got out, Tosh was just he was leaps and bounds better than anyone his age.
He's one of those guys too that I feel like found his voice like immediately. Like,
way quick.
Like just was on stage and was like, yeah, I write perfect jokes and I'm really sarcastic and also I can riff and I'm hilarious.
I'm not a huge fan of this flavor, to be dead honest with you.
Which one's that? That's the apples?
Apple crisp.
Apple crisp. The mint, it reminds me of a menthol cigarette.
The mint one?
Yeah, the peppermint.
Wait, did you know Eric Myers?
Yeah. Yeah. That guy.
I knew Eric Myers.
I used to, it was so funny. He used to let me open for him because I would drive. So he would
that tracks.
He'd be like, hey, you wanna come with me to this show? And I'd be like, all right. And
is this all Florida? Oh yeah, Eric Andre is from down south.
That's
He's
right.
from Boca.
Yeah, Boca.
Who else is from Florida? Let's see.
Let's see.
Tell me if you know any of these names. Alan Covert.
Dolce Sloan, I know her. Dave Williamson.
Dolce Sloan.
Bert Kreischer.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Wait, are you on this list?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not on this list. They hate
Cheryl
me.
Hines is from Tallahassee.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Cheryl Hines, you know from Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yeah.
She's from Tallahassee.
Wow, no one's from Tallahassee.
No one's from Tallahassee.
Like, what the fuck? Jackie Gleason? Wow.
Oh yeah, Jackie Gleason. Well, Jackie Gleason Theater.
Of course. Fascinating.
I can't see anyone on the right or the left. Beth
Littleford.
I
don't know that name.
The most horrible feeling right now would be to be a comic, hear us read your name, and then go, and then I go, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't
person.
know that name. Ugh.
By the way, shout out to fucking. This the reason I like Trevor Noah is I've never met him once in my entire life, but my sister was at a party and she goes, she was like, oh, my sister works at Disney.
Okay.
And she was like, hey, and he was like, Kreischer. And she goes, my brother's a stand-up. And he goes, oh, yeah, very funny. And she's like, yeah, Trevor Noah thought you were hilarious. I was like, he doesn't know who that
He
was.
doesn't know.
But he was nice enough to go, oh, he's hilarious. I was like, that's all I need from a guy.
Right. Give her those niceties.
Alan Covert's from Florida.
Okay. Wow.
You know Alan Covert?
I know the name.
He's Happy Madison. He's over with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now I know his face.
Yeah, Alan and I had a meeting one time, and all we did was talk about Bagel. Isn't that fucking funny? By the way, I'm old enough to know the guy that started Bagel.
Really?
Like I knew he started another one, a place called Burger
Oh my God.
over near the Publix on like
Bagel, dude. There's sandwiches.
RBCC was one of the best sandwiches I'd ever had in my entire fucking life.
Dude, I can't even believe how good those breakfast sandwiches were. I thought that that was gonna be like a thing, but absolutely not. The quality, and people can say all they want about New York bagels being so much better, this, that, and the other. But this was like this particular bagel sandwich was like literally it was its own entity. Like it's from nowhere. It's from everywhere.
Is see if Bagel's still open? By
It's
the way,
gotta
this
be.
podcast is only interesting if you grew up in Florida. We're into golf and went to Florida State.
That's right.
Like if you didn't do any of those things, you're sitting here going, I don't know any of this
You're
shit.
like, I don't know nothing. That's all right.
Bagel, he had a burger. His dad and
No
him.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Look at that logo. It's so terrible.
Oh, on Pensacola Street in Tallahassee,
dude.
right next to a pet shop.
Yep.
I used to go to that pet shop.
You go look at the puppies
Yeah, you
and
go
you
look at
pet
the
them.
the
You don't
pet
wash your
shop.
hands and then you
You
come
go
back
to
and
the
eat your
fucking
bagel.
pet shop right after you go to Bagel.
The melts, dude. The cheese was all melted on top of them. Yep. I remember.
RBCC was a roast beef and cream cheese with an au jus dip. They had a TBCC and an RBCC. And I'm telling you right now, after my Tallahassee, I'm gonna reach out and have Bagel cater my fucking. You should come to do Tallahassee with me.
That would be so fun.
You want to do Tallahassee?
Yeah, dude.
You want to do a Florida run with us,
Dude, fuck yes.
dude? Oh, let's do the Florida run with me. It's me. It'll be me, Dave, and maybe just me, you, and Dave. If you're into
Oh my
it.
God, dude, that would be so fun.
It is. You want me to pitch the Florida run to you?
Let's go.
You're gonna be
God. Oh no.
You're gonna be really excited about this.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Let's see this Florida run.
Florida run's aggressive.
It's aggressive.
It's aggressive.
We went low up at that one.
We start on the 27th. No. We start on the 20th. October 20th.
October 20th.
We can put golf into this?
Dude, I live for golf.
This Florida run's going to be fucking awesome.
Holy shit. So I bet you're going up and down. You're going up the coast, down the coast, around the coast.
Starts in Tampa on the 20th.
Okay.
We've got, I think we're going to do 3 shows in Tampa, the 20th and the 21st. So 2 on the 21st, 1 on the 20th.
Okay.
And then we go to Orlando. We're doing 3 shows in Orlando. Two. I want to say, I'm guessing it would be 2. We might end up doing 4 shows in Orlando.
Okay.
2 on the 22nd, 2 on the 23rd. And then on the morning of the 23rd, I'm getting us a private jet. I've already booked it. We're flying to the Tallahassee game to watch Florida State.
Against?
I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
It's my first time coming back to Tallahassee. I am then flying us back after the game, like probably around maybe like just after halftime. We'll leave. We'll get on a private jet, go back to Orlando, and do our 2 shows in Orlando that night. Okay. Hold on. You got to commit for the whole Florida run for the record. Okay.
This is insane already.
So the 24th we do Tallahassee. So we'll take the bus up the 24th.
Okay.
And then we're gonna hang out and figure out. I'm thinking maybe we'll go down to like St. Mark's or like go down to the beach and go deep sea fishing.
Oh wow.
Or go fishing on the 25th. Do something on the 26th. Then we are in Jacksonville. We just added shows in Jacksonville. So on the 27th, but we'll go surfing in Jacksonville.
Oh my God.
Okay. Maybe we'll see if we can play golf at St. Augustine.
We absolutely could. I've got some friends in Jacksonville that like know people there. So there's definitely a plausibility of getting on there very, very easily.
And then the Hard Rock in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh yeah.
And then Fort Myers. And then we're home. We'll fly home Halloween morning.
That's incredible.
So we can all celebrate Halloween.
Wow. Yeah, you got to be back for Halloween.
It's going to be a fucking blast.
That sounds like a shit show.
It's
that
a
whole
2-week
entire
run.
thing.
2-week run.
Madness and Florida. Just Florida. It's just Florida.
Oh, I love going home. I find, and I wonder if you feel this. God damn it. Let's get back to your career.
God damn it, let's get back to your career.
So because I'm really fascinated at the point at which you decided I'm not gonna take the path of being a $700 feature act. I'm gonna take the path of making my own career and making my own videos out. And I love that you have a group of buddies that you guys have that you guys are into golf, because that never happened with our clique. Like my clique of playing golf was like Gary Valentine, he's
I know the name.
Kevin James's brother.
Yep.
Kevin James. Like that was the whole group of guys I played golf with.
Okay.
But it was almost like, I got to be honest with you, it was never accessible because no one ever made money. So you had to have a sitcom or a TV show in order to play golf.
To be able to afford it.
Yeah, no comics could afford to play golf.
I mean, it is. It's absolutely an expensive hobby unless you have, connections or some kind of plug, or you work at a golf course or something. So I totally understand that.
So you start in Tallahassee. And then you decide after college, this is what I'm doing.
Yep. And so I spent a year down in Boca, a year and a half down there. And I was, I'd work the improvs as a host. I would host, mostly it was Palm Beach, because that was like the closest one, but they had the one at the Fort Lauderdale Improv, and then they had the Miami one. Yeah. And so I would work the scene as a host, and then I would feature at some of the Bonkers. And I just remember that my material at the time just didn't resonate with crowds down there, because I would do like Twitter references, and people were like, some of these Bonkers, man, these crowds were old. Yeah. And they're like, what's Twitter? What's Twitter? And like, they wouldn't even understand the jokes.
What year is this? 2011,
12. But when I would do college crowds, it would murder. And I'd be like, okay. So I kind of realized I need to be in front of, a younger demographic that's a little bit, that knows what's going on, like in the world, not political, none of that shit. At that point I was like, all right, I need to get out of here. I was either going to move to New York or LA. And I think what it was, I knew more people out here, and the weather and having a car was like something kind of important to me. I was like, I don't know how I could sustain taking the train and living that lifestyle. I don't
New York's
know.
tough. It's a tough move. I went from Tallahassee to New York.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I remember thinking, do you want to know what a Florida statement I'm about to make?
Okay. Oh God.
I remember going, so like, I've been walking around all day. I don't like have a pool to jump in.
I don't have a pool to jump in with beautiful girls.
Yeah. Like I remember thinking like, this sucks. There's no pools. Like everyone had a pool.
Yeah.
So like if in Tallahassee you played disc golf, you came back, played horseshoes, everyone got high.
Yep.
Everyone went out to the pool before you guys went out.
Yep.
You do take a shower or not, you take a pool bath and then
pool bath, baby.
And then and I remember thinking, I don't have like a pool. Like I'm just dirty all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, women's pussies must reek up here. Because all they do is walk and walk and walk.
Oh man, imagine living in New York City like at the turn of the century, dude. That's some.
My wife very seldomly makes me laugh. The hardest she's ever made me laugh is we're watching Game of Thrones, right?
Oh God, yep.
Jon Snow is in that ice cave with the wildling,
Yep.
and he goes down on his chick, and my wife goes, "Ugh." Can you imagine how bad wildling pussy smells?
Wildling pussy. Yeah, their diet is like only meat. Like, there's a lot of reasons why that would be bad. They're just wearing fucking fur. Like,
Oh.
yeah. Ooh.
When I went in for surgery on this elbow, I was reminded just how fragile life is and just how short we're here. And who's going to take care of my kids when I'm gone and my family? Luckily, I have life insurance. And on that note, it makes sense why people get life insurance, especially term coverage, which is surprisingly affordable. Why not pay a bit each month to protect the ones you love? If you're asking yourself this question, choose Ladder. Ladder is 100% digital. No doctors, no needles, no paperwork when you apply for $3 million in coverage or less. You just need a few minutes, a phone, a laptop to apply, and Ladder's smart algorithm works in real time. So you'll find out instantly if you're approved. If you prefer to talk to a person, their team of licensed agents doesn't work on commission. So they'll help you find your life insurance, and they're not going to upsell you. No hidden fees, cancel at any time. Get a full refund if you change your mind in the first 30 days. And Ladder's policies are issued by insurers with long, proven histories of paying claims. They are rated A and A+ by AM Best. Finally, since life insurance costs more as you age, now's the time to cross that off your list. So go to ladderlife.com/Bert today to see if you're instantly approved. That's LADDER life.com/Bert. Ladderlife.com/Bert. Get yourself some life insurance. So then you decide to come to LA, and do you have friends coming to LA? Is everyone moving to LA?
Yeah. So I knew. So at that time, my buddy JC Kreischer had moved here. Richie Lease was.
I know Richie.
Yeah, he was booking flappers at that time.
Okay, I know. So this got to be 2015,
2013.
13. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So 2000.
Yeah, I was working at flappers around then.
Yeah. Yeah, you were definitely there. And so I would, host the Yoo-Hoo room a bunch, do like a couple guest spots in the main room and whatnot. And then in like 2015 is when I started the Blake character. And it came from a stand-up.
So were
bit.
you going on stage as Aristotle before that?
Correct. Yeah, I was going on stage by my
Love
real
that
name.
I
Yeah.
love that name.
Right?
What's
Yeah.
the nickname for Aristotle?
Usually I go by either Eris or Stottle. I tell people to kind of pick half.
Eris or Stottle?
Yeah.
What did they call? What was Aristotle Onassis had a nickname?
I think it was Ari.
Ari.
I think he just went by Ari.
Yeah. That's a horrible name, Ari.
It's just so many
Fucking Ari Shafir is going, hey.
Terrible fucking name.
Yeah. Sounds like a lender of some sort.
Oh my God. Yeah. A fucking lender. Jesus. Yeah. So this was 2013. I was still going by my real name, Aristotle. And like I said, Blake sort of was birthed out of a character that I would do on stage. Because at the time I was working for like a weed vape company. So I was around these like vape people all the time. And it was basically a parody of them. It would be like, yo, you never have to ask someone what they're vaping on because they're just going to tell you. They're going to look at you and be like, yeah, do you want to try this root beer flavored vape, dude? And that character would crush. Like it was murdering in clubs and whatnot. And I was like, oh, there's something to that. And I remember after show, my homie Alex Hooper, he came up to me. He's like, dude, you should just do that character as a character. And I was like, hey, you're right. And I decided to make an Instagram for it. I called it Blake Vapes, and I just tried to toe the line between reality and the stupidity. Like that's essentially what it was. And I just started doing these stupid vape videos. And I started just getting a shit ton of hate followers. Like people would share my account and be like,
oh yeah. That's right. I saw one of your videos is like the most disliked video ever
on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
I don't know if that still holds up, but essentially what it was is my buddy Biniam Bazuna, he got a job at BuzzFeed and he's like, hey dude, do you mind if I profile you? He's like, I need to make a video for BuzzFeed. So he profiles Blake. I stayed in character the whole time, and I just was like the worst. I was just like, yeah, dude, I pretty much just chill and vape all day, dude. When I go to the gym, I vape. When I fucking chill at home, I vape. When I'm fucking my chick, I vape. Like, and it was just the worst. And the BuzzFeed audience was like, wow, this is terrible. And then Ben like quit immediately. It was so he gets hired. He drops the most disliked video at BuzzFeed and then just dips, dude. It was so funny. And I loved it because, the BuzzFeed audience is not at all who I was going for. Yeah. And we knew that it was going to perform poorly. And so we wanted to make it that.
But it performing poorly is why it was successful.
Exactly. And, yeah, it was such a funny era, that whole thing. And as the vape sort of industry peaked and whatnot, it's got, what does it have? 39,000 dislikes. I don't know if it still holds up. I don't know if that record still holds up. But as the vape industry sort of started to deteriorate and tank, I sort of shifted the content spectrum from Blake Vapes to just a generic like white dude, Blake Weber, who, attaches himself to trends and whatnot, and basically makes fun of them by trying to be part of them.
Well, what's interesting is that I had seen so many Blake Weber things, and so many of your videos are comedic without any moniker on it. Meaning like you're making, have you seen any of his making fun of Tekashi 6ix9ine, Austin? Pull up one of which one's your favorite? Scroll down. Let's see. There's actually one that's pretty.
Oh
wait, no, go to the Jake Paul one. Jake Paul one's pretty fucking great.
Jake Paul, yeah. Go to the
By the
Jake
way, can I tell you? Go ahead, hit this. This is a good one.
30 seconds. Let's fucking go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds for the rest of your fucking life. Going in.
It really pointed out.
30 seconds for the rest of your life.
It pointed out what he was saying.
10 seconds.
Was so ridiculous.
God, you fucking come here. God, you fucking come here.
Come here.
51. 51. Fuck all of you. Fuck Larry Pocket bitch. Fuck Mariner. Don't you fucking come here. Don't you fucking come here. Don't you fucking come here.
That's a great one. That's a great one because I'm not ashamed to say this, but I'm a real fan of Jake Paul's. Like I get a kick out of that kid.
That's so funny.
I get a kick out of him because like there's something about Jake Paul. So like this is my insight on Jake Paul.
Let's go.
Jake Paul, I can't really speak about Logan Paul because I look at Logan Paul very different as I do Jake.
Okay.
But Jake is a human Borat impression.
That's fair.
So like Borat impressions were like annoying. When you first heard him and you saw the movie and you heard a guy do it at a bar, you're like, oh God.
Not another my wife.
You're like my wife. And then all of a sudden you and your friend would start making fun of that guy at the bar. And then my wife became your inside joke. So it was like a layered comedy thing.
Yeah.
So Jake Paul comes out and he is what he is. He's, you see him the first time. And if you just see him the first time, like my wife would, you go, who the fuck is this? Right. And then if you watch enough of him, I start to get a kick out of him where I go, he's being Jake Paul. And this is almost like, it's like people who like micheladas and you're like, yeah, I don't mind one, but you like drink them all the time. And then like Warren Sapp loves them. And so we started drinking them and now I fucking love them. And
so
good. Jake Paul grew on me in the weirdest way where I was like, I don't know, like, I I'm trying to think of the right way to say it because I don't feel I'm vocalizing it yet, but like the got your hat thing, right?
Yeah.
I when I first saw it, I thought it was so silly, and then you start watching. He just is in your feed, and you start seeing him, and then all of a sudden you're like, that is fucking the dumbest thing in the world,
Literally.
And then you start going, yeah, you need guys like Jake Paul to do the dumbest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Like you need and Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul. I watched a documentary on these two guys.
Okay.
I find them so fucking fascinating because they're really smart. That's a weird thing to say.
I know, because you don't want to believe that they're smart.
They're as smart as me, and I believe I'm smart. And
Yeah.
I would argue they might be. I'll just say they're as smart as me. I don't think like
you refuse
like
to give it to them.
I mean, it's like look. It's like going like, man, he's really strong. He grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, because he has farmer strength. So he lifted shit all day long. And you're like, if you grew up on a farm, you'd be that strong. Well, if you were their age and you grew up in the Disney, and around the time
Vine,
when branding and social media and Vine and these businesses would come in and co-opt them and be like, you're going to be the brand. Now you're going to bring these kids. I mean, it really is like that like Malcolm Gladwell book of like, they were right time, right place.
Yep.
For that. There's social media. No one my age could ever been Jake or Logan Paul.
No.
Because we didn't have phones like that.
Yeah, they were of the era.
And so I can appreciate them being of the era.
Yep.
And I can appreciate them being entertaining. I actually really can. And I'm the only reason I say they're not smarter than me. I'm not saying that I'm like a genius I'm just saying I think they're regular dudes.
Yeah.
Who have some pretty slick business sense, or at least they look at opportunities to succeed. And I mean this respectfully, they're dumb enough to try it.
Yes.
Like you'd got to be just dumb enough to do some stuff.
Totally. And their whole thing too, I think, is that I think they've done a good job of like predicting what's next.
They've done a great job of that.
So like with Vine, they start in Vine, they do like the 6-second whatevers. And then from there, they're like, all right, well, we gotta get on YouTube. So we're gonna vlog. It's every day, bro, with the vlogs.
Yeah. They
build up an audience there. And then, Logan sort of shifts his content into the podcast. So now he's in a space.
Which you can't, I mean this respectfully to Logan Paul, but like, which you can't look as like a genius move. And that's why I say he's just as smart as me.
Yep.
It's like, he's not a fucking, like a lot of people think, yeah, Logan Paul getting a podcast is brilliant. No, it's not. It's just saying that it's a lot easier way to put out content.
Boom.
He was putting out content daily.
Yep.
And he needed a better way, an easier way for him to do it.
Exactly.
And I think they are probably massive fans of Rogan.
Oh yeah. No question about it.
Massive. I bet you can't deny that who they are is part DNA of Joe Rogan speaking on the internet.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people,
myself.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, right. A lot of people are, because you realize like, oh, I'm really good at conversation. I have some insight, and I'm a funny person, or that's subjective, of course, but people think that of themselves, and so they're like, I should have a voice, and then they start a podcast, and in their case, they already have this built-in audience.
Well, the thing about Rogan that, and once again, I mean this respectfully, but I don't know Jake and Logan, and I do know Joe. The one thing that Joe has that they do not have is Joe has an unquestionable, undeniable sense of curiosity.
Yeah, and a lot of DMT.
He's done a fair amount of DMT. It's interesting. He's always like, you got to quit drinking. And I was like, is DMT worse or better? like Joe is, I would say Mensa candidate for curiosity. Like the type of curiosity that geniuses have, like where a genius goes, like you find genius in a lot of different ways. Like I a friend, you know who Casey Neistat is, right?
Yes.
His brother Van Neistat is a friend of mine. I just had him on the podcast. He is a genius for like figuring things out. Like he can figure the fucking thing out. You can look at him and go, I wish there was a way that we could see from this room out to that room. And he'd go, I'll get it. and then he would put the coolest setup for for like, and so like wherever my genius may lie, and I'm not really certain. Maybe I think sometimes it's just the fact that I don't even know if I have any genius sometimes. But
Dude,
like,
you got some genius, bro.
But I think they followed in Joe's footsteps with the podcast. But they're not. I mean, Joe's just an authentic, different type of human who is like, I mean, thirsty as fuck for information,
for knowledge, information,
and
in so many different ways.
He's dude. I'm telling you, when I know a lot of really brilliant men and women, but I don't know anyone any more fucking curious and open-minded, is as weird as that's going to sound in today's society.
Yeah, right. They're like, what are you talking about?
But like Rogan's fucking game changer. So when he started a podcast, it was like he decided to have a fucking renaissance.
Yep.
He decided he really had a renaissance. You know, I heard Chris Rock one time say, and I'm paraphrasing, I could be totally fucking wrong. Chris Rock said that right before he did Bring the Pain, which is the best special I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Cornel West invited him to Sunday conversations. Cornel West would have these intellectuals, black intellectuals, come to his house. I think white people too, probably, maybe. But I think in my memory, it was like all black dudes and women come to his house. And on Sunday, they would sit around, they'd talk politics, they'd talk so what's going on in the society. They'd talk about everything. And he invited Chris Rock. And Chris Rock said, I'd go there on Sundays and I would just sit and listen.
Yeah.
And I would sit and listen. And that's the kind of person Rogan is. Like me, I'm going to want to talk.
You're going to be like this. Yeah.
I'm going to be like, actually, guys,
this is how it is.
I have noticed that black people fall asleep easier than white people. And they'd be like, what the fuck?
Like, what did
hey,
you
Halston,
say?
can you grab me one of those IPAs by any chance? Do you want anything?
I'll take another one of these seltzers.
See if we have another seltzer in
I
there.
don't
We
even
got to
care.
stack up on alcohol in here.
I don't even care what flavor.
But I find Jake Paul interesting. And by the way, I also have this thing of like when you write off people, which a lot of people have written off the Pauls,
Immediately.
you lose an angle of interesting insights to life.
Agreed.
Like
seriously, like that. And when you do that, you also just discount them for what you see surface level, because at the end of the day, social media is just that.
Just that.
You are getting the surface level of everybody. And to discount someone wholeheartedly because of that, I think is really close-minded.
Yeah. So like if you've written off Jake Paul right now, you have written off the fact that, and once again, this is why I'm not going to say anyone's. Jesus Christ.
But heavy Bud Light.
Sure, I'll take one of these.
I'll take a Light boy. Thanks, sir.
But once you write them off, then you've also lost. You've also lost, which and this is why I say I say that I don't think he meant this, but he is changing the way fighters will get paid in the future.
Oh my God.
And I don't think that was his intention. I know he's making it sound like it was now. Like you know, he's like, I don't think he ever had fairness for fucking future fighters. Like I don't think there was a noble part of Jake Paul who sat up in bed and goes, hold on. These fighters aren't making enough money.
This payment structure is not right for the fighters.
Payment structure just seems unfair to me.
It's not okay.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw my hat in the ring. I'm going to change the game. I think he changed the game and then was like, you know what, man? This is fucked up.
Yeah, this is no. What I'm doing is good. I mean, there's definitely a lot of self-serving going on there. But the foresight to get into fighting in the first place as like an entertainer, like there's something about that is like, you know, that's really entertaining. Like watching two people that aren't like, you know, necessarily professional boxers. And I'm not saying at this point that they're not professional boxers because they're training. They're doing the stuff that I guess it takes to become a professional boxer. They're just, you know, newer to it than people that started when they were 15.
Well, yeah. And when you watch someone who started when they were like 13, 15, it does look a little different.
Of course. Cause I was actually just listening to Joe talk about this, with like the way that your muscles grow into the fight moves. Like there's something to that versus someone that has gone through puberty and then starts to fight. So that's maybe why it looks so different. But these guys, the way that they they saw an opportunity, they jumped on it, and now you see all these other YouTubers like, I'm gonna fight this other YouTuber, and then rappers I'm sure are gonna be like, I'm gonna fight this rapper.
One of the I saw one fight on there like a McBroom or something, and
okay, Austin McBroom and one of
the fighters was actually really fucking good,
and he knocked the fucking shit out of the guy.
And I was like, gee, okay, that guy might be a fighter. That guy might be a fighter.
He might have had a little bit more in his bones.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the one time that Jake Paul and Logan Paul made me laugh so fucking hard. Because when I was in Serbia, that's when all this shit was going down, and I had nothing on my phone, so I just watched a lot of videos. I think Logan Paul's podcast is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do think his podcast is pretty good, and he has good guests on.
Yeah.
One of the videos he did was so, and I couldn't tell. All right, I don't need to see this. This is not the fight.
The helmets.
Aaron Carter versus
I
Lamar
love that
Odom.
guy, dude. Remember Aaron?
This is sad and depressing. Versus the saddest and depressing.
It's top tier sad. Do you? He's got Aaron Carter has an OnlyFans now.
Does he get naked?
Yeah, he jerks off and for people.
Are you being serious?
I'm dead ass.
How old is he?
30 something. Bert's like, I'm gonna subscribe.
I'd pay to see him jerk off.
I mean, you can. It is available. I was thinking like when he first announced that he was gonna be on OnlyFans, it would be like really funny if he was just using that as a way to like get people to listen to his new music. Like he's like jerking off on there, and then he's like, all right, now that I'm done with that, check out this new song.
You guys will love this.
You guys are gonna love this news. Oh, there he is. There you go. You don't even have to pay to see him.
Let me see.
I mean, it's not.
Really, he's got horrible feet.
Yeah, well,
he's got flat feet. Oh my god, he's got horrible feet. Go back to his feet.
Go back to those flat feet.
What the zoom in on? That's a horrible foot. I would never put that up there.
Why is it so like it looks chapped? Like his feet are chapped.
Oh, he's got horrible feet. By the way, this coming from a dude that has the best feet, and I have the most beautiful feet.
I've got fat feet, but I have my toes painted to make up for it.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you his toes are painted.
They better be.
So okay. So go back to the Tekashi 6ix9ine video.
Okay,
I want to.
So Tekashi.
And by the way, Tekashi 6ix9ine is the guy I fucking follow. I follow these guys.
Exactly. Okay, and I'll tell you my story behind why I do these voiceovers. If you want to play it, and this one is in the studio.
You got a shit? Are you dumb? Who you playing with? You know I ain't the one. Bitches playing games. Do this shit for fun. Not like it's drama.
The chair.
Yeah, I had to.
Talk, street. Walk it. Boom. Blah, blah. Blue butt. Pussy sasa what? Give a fuck. Baba daba tom. Her big blood. Okay, double. Yeah, big stomach like slut. Chop. Fuck it, I'm a gay.
That's fucking awesome.
So that one was there's a little less vocal. Here, scroll up a little bit. Right there, the one with all the girls in it. That one was really
Bitch, I got my hands on your thing. Yeah. What you got for me, son? What you got for me? What is that? Y'all look, why y'all putting your dead fucking memes on the chain? Water! My chain says water on it! Look at the water! Best fucking chain in the fucking game! Shut it real, I'll be shook! Don't wear no arms! Look! It says water! You gotta know these girls are fart!
But dude, so when I first found him, I was like, okay, this is the worst person in the world. Like I found him relatively early. I found him around like 150,000 followers. And I noticed he was getting like 400,000 likes, and he only had 150,000 followers. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And it was seemingly real. You know, like I would scroll through, I would do a little investigative research, and I was like, what is this? And I think he had a video go viral. And at the time I was doing these Cardi B voiceovers, and my whole thought process behind the voiceovers is like, okay, these people are saying ridiculous things. And I just wanted to put the exclamation point on why, or on what they were saying. And like, can you believe that this is real?
Yeah.
You know? And so he kept putting out videos and this, that, and the other. And when, like I said, when I first started, I was like, this is the worst person I've ever seen in my entire life. But as I continued to dive down the rabbit hole, see new videos, find other content, look at interviews, just pick up mannerisms and whatnot, I realized like, oh, this is a very curated personality that he is putting out there. And whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter because you're talking about it. And so I thought it was funny to accentuate this ridiculousness that he would speak and put it out there in a voice that was just as ridiculous as what he was saying.
What he's saying and what he's doing.
What he's doing. Yeah.
Like the idea that like, it's so weird in today's society that there are women that would do that, and that part of the natural thing for him to do is get behind and try to dry hump one.
Yeah.
And you're like, whose daughter is that? Like, it's like,
yeah, take it a step further. And who are these people that are amongst him?
And what are they? And where are their where's their self-esteem that they're like just flap your butt.
Jeez.
Don't you want to talk?
Yeah.
Like you're letting him talk and he's saying it's nothing smart.
Yeah, and I mean, here's a music video, and it's just so funny. And so what I did at first, because he stopped putting out like these videos where he would just talk, and he started doing these videos more where he's like around a group of people, or he's like previewing new music and whatnot. And so with those, what I would do is I would sort of do a lip reading of what I thought he could be saying versus what he was actually saying, adding the sound effects and making it as cringe as possible. So remove all the loud noises, remove all this stuff, and it's just him in his chair, like drunkenly or whatever, if he's fucked up on whatever, just sitting there just like, because.
So what's the progression to get you to doing these videos? Like when did you, so you do Blake Vapes, then you do Blake Weber.
Yeah.
And then in Blake Weber, you're accentuating, we see you on Instagram, we're accentuating what you see in ridiculous Instagrams. In
ridiculous Instagrams, like a lot of the animal videos that I do, they're not necessarily like commentary on anything, but some, a lot of times I'll insert stuff where, things that people are talking about or situations that people can relate to. The robots, they're going to kill us. That's another like subgenre video that I work with.
I got obsessed when I saw that robot shoot a half-court shot, and it had a little bit of rim. It hit the rim a little bit, and I went, shouldn't it have been better?
Shouldn't they have perfected the technology?
Robots are fucking creepy.
Dude,
the fact that we're still developing them, what the fuck is wrong with us?
Seriously.
James, let me get that ball. Thank you. Okay. Everyone else, please shut the fuck up while I make these calculations. Y equals mx plus b times the arc divided by pi r squared equals Kirby. Wet. All motherfucking day, fam. You're goddamn right, bitch. Fuck with me.
Yeah, so the robot ones were terrifying to me because there's a weird thing about how Boston Dynamics wants to like parade these things around. Like, look how fun and cute they are, when they are going to replace the police force. They are going to replace soldiers. These things are going to be instruments of death. And once they literally have strong enough AI where they're thinking for themselves, who knows what their value system is going to be and where we lie within that value system. The thing that I'm afraid of is that the robots with their AI are going to try to be efficient, and they're going to realize that humans are very inefficient, and they're going to say, oh shit, they're the ones that are fucking shit up right now. We must either eliminate or sort of move beyond using them.
That's fucking scary as shit.
Right?
Did you listen to Elon Musk's Rogan podcast?
Yeah.
He talked about that shit, right?
He did. He touched on it. And it's terrifying. And after that, I started doing my own research on AI and like what it's capable of, what it could be capable of, what makes it run. And it's scary, dude. It's scary that we've seen it in movies, and they say art imitates life. We put this out there into the universe. It's like, how, like, will it come back and win? In my opinion, it's just
fuck.
Win.
Yeah, it's
when
like
will this happen?
when you see people sitting in a fucking Tesla, sitting sideways in their car texting, you're like, hey man, what fucking world do you live in?
Oh,
by the way, oh my God, they're listening.
We're
to us.
talking about AI,
They're listening
and Siri just was like, "Hey guys, I'm recording.
Hey guys,
a
you guys talking
conversation.
behind our backs?
You guys talking shit about us, dude?
Well, we
Just
found
like,
our first two to eliminate.
Boom, they're done.
God damn it!
A couple Florida boys. Ugh.
So are you doing spots at Elton? No one's doing spots, or I guess I don't know. Are people doing spots right now?
Kinda. There's some spots. I'm doing a show with my golf podcast, gents. We're doing Jam in the Van on August 19th.
Wait, I just saw that. Is that Skylar?
He does a show there. Jam in the Van is its own sort of like entity.
Yeah.
And they've just been putting on some really great shows outdoors. They give away free beer, free weed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had to get ready for a show. Oh, I just itched my stitches.
Ooh.
I had to get ready for a show. So I did a few spots, and then all of a sudden they started shutting everything down again. And then I went into surgery, and I'm leaving to go to Macon next week. So it's funny how when you're young, I used to get up every night, two times a night, 3 times a night. And then it's funny because I look back and I think of the guys who would still be out doing spots, you know, and a lot of them you don't see anymore.
Of course.
But you'd be like guys that would like back in the day, you're like, he's really still here bumping people? Like, what the fuck?
What are you doing, dude?
Yeah. And in a weird way, it's like, I don't know. And by the way, what's even funnier is like, they weren't doing new material.
Yeah, they were still doing their.
I lost a taste for that. I lost a taste for the concept of going in and murdering very early. And I remember people not losing that taste.
Yeah, of course.
And you'd see them go up and do material that works. And if I see a comic that's I don't even know how to say this because maybe I'm being fucking a little pompous right now. But I mean, if I see a comic at my level, doing material that works, I roll my eyes, I walk out of the fucking room.
That's so funny.
Like if I don't see you working on stuff, meaning like working on stuff that, like I understand knocking the rust off. I understand getting ready to get back on the road, getting through some stuff. But if we're all doing sets, and it's the funny thing is I got this early on. I was like, I remember seeing I'm not gonna say names, but a guy come in, bump some people, and he did stuff that he had already done on television. Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like you don't write. Like writing is the only part of comedy that interests me.
Yeah, because it's the process of like what's next, and it's interesting too. I think that is sort of a so sometimes I'll use the term degenerate, but in a way that is like endearing. Yeah. And I think that's sort of like a degenerate mentality when it comes to comedians. They're like, it's always like, what's next? You know, it's kind of like an addictive thing. It's like, you got to find what it is, a new angle, a new spin, a new bit, a new joke, a new tag, whatever it is. It's just like, you're just like, I need what's next. It's like, it's kind of like a degenerate behavior, but it helps your career. So it's absolutely not like the, typical degenerate sort of term, like the way that you would normally use it.
Yeah. And I understand, look, I'm not want to put a fucking hit on my head where everyone's like, whoa, Bert, I've seen you do that joke before. but if you're not working on stuff, like trying to get better, I just don't get it. Now I look back at all the times where I just watched so many people that were able to bump people, go in and bump people. And I'm like, and you just did old shit. Yep. It was so many people that just wanted to kill. Yep. Get pussy, get the fuck out. And you're like, all right. I don't know.
They're not in it for the right reasons. What's up?
Are you married?
No.
How old are you?
32.
God damn it. I think I had a kid at 32.
Wow.
Yeah. 32 is when I was really good at stand up at 32.
Yeah.
Not really, I guess, but I was killing at 32.
That was like
that was like, put me on stage and I'm going to do some pretty cool stuff. I
Love that.
remember being like, at 32, I wrote the joke. I wrote a carrot cucumber joke, which I still think is a great fucking joke.
Did you like personify the carrot and the cucumber?
Yeah. It was a week getting into the joke, like a soft getting into the joke.
Mm-hmm.
The premise was if you're gonna put a vegetable in your wife's ass, don't use a cucumber, use a carrot. Cucumber's too aggressive, just the shape of it.
Yeah.
Carrot, it's like a home invasion, just everybody down. And a carrot's more like, hello,
Coming in.
is anybody home? I made muffins. And so, and I remember being like, I was starting to write jokes, but I wasn't. I'm curious where you are in your career, where you feel like you are with your writing, because I was really fucking funny, but I was just as funny as anyone else.
Yeah.
Which is like where you like, nothing I was saying was like super different.
Yeah.
It was just like good jokes.
It's solid writing.
Yeah.
Solid material.
And it's so hard to differentiate yourself in this business.
It's true.
Where people go, no, I like, where we can talk about the other people like Patton Oswalt, the way he works, or Daniel Tosh, or you know, or Burr, or a lot of Jim Jeffries. And whereas when I'm young, I was good, but I took such a pivot into doing something different.
Yeah.
That I think was better for me.
Well, you need to, like, you obviously needed to, because it got you here. And I think as an emerging artist and whatnot, you need to do something that is going to separate you from the rest of the pack, because it's, you know, there's a lot of good joke writers. There's a lot of good performers. There's a lot of good, you know, people that are just as hungry. So it's like, what are you going to do different? And so obviously you took the right path.
But do you feel like that everyone these days is doing a sort of Tekashi 6ix9ine of like?
Absolutely.
Like,
I think there's obviously varying degrees of it, but I think that especially with social media, people are, you know, building up a persona and doing. I mean, literally, that's what I do. I'm essentially
that's what I do. I perform with the shirt off.
Yeah.
I mean, and whereas I think that I did it before, I was doing it before social media was huge, and I was doing it authentically as me. But when it met up with social media,
yes,
the brands exploded, and they were like, oh, this is the shirtless guy.
This is the machine. This is he.
It's such a fucking interesting concept that now that I look at kids starting comedy, I can't imagine anyone would just start comedy by writing jokes.
Right?
They'd be like, well,
No.
I'm going to start. Well, first I'll get a podcast.
Yeah. No, please don't. Don't do that. Don't, if you're a child and you're listening, don't do that. No, they're going to fucking get a TikTok, and they're going to, you know, do whatever.
Do dances.
Do
It's so easy to get. Dances are like so fucking.
I know.
I really don't get that.
I don't either.
Can I tell you what? There's a guy, you need to move the camera. Did I just move out of the fucking lens? Oh, thank you. This is the thing on social media that's blowing me away.
Okay.
Right now, there is a genre of artist.
Oh no. I'm in my head, I think I know where you're going.
I don't think you do.
Okay. I hope I do.
There's a genre of artist who makes its living on TikTok by having something different with their face, and then saying something, having a like you know, the one that guy is like, "Whoa, what's up, God?" Or like,
yes,
Jesus, or whatever that guy.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah.
And then there's this dad who flips the bat and then swings the bat. Have you seen that guy?
He's really good at it.
Yeah, I know, and then there's this other guy. I just saw him last night and I almost followed him. I should have followed him. But he's got like a tattoo on his face. His name's something junkie.
Okay.
Something junkie on TikTok. And he goes, and he's got it's so fucking bizarre to me that his thing is what up, love, life, live. Yeah. Let me tell you something, person. You're valuable. You're valuable. The world needs you. You need to learn to love yours. And it's like what the fuck are you doing?
Aggressive motivation.
But it's like, hey man, like, where are your credentials? Like,
Yeah.
It's so bizarre that every third video of his is a pep talk to the person watching it.
Yeah.
And that there are people that would look at this guy. I wish I knew his name. Something junkie on TikTok. No, it's like old something junkie or
Like, what are your credentials beyond just watching other motivational speakers on TikTok?
or how? Why? Hold on. Why is anyone listening to you at all? Like
Yeah.
you have aggressive tattoos on your face. You clearly were a junkie. You have silver teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You have braids. No, I don't mean this disrespectful to that gentleman.
No.
But like, huh? Like what?
Huh?
When? Like how would? Where's the pivot into self? Like helping people out? Like I don't like. It's just such an odd thing where like the TikTok dad who flips the bat and swings it. I go,
Yeah.
sweet. I mean, no disrespect, but like, where are we taking this? Like,
Yeah.
where does this go? and like he's like, do it and then dab and it's like 1 million likes. And I'm not shitting on it.
No.
But I'm saying as a person who kind of looks at art and criticizes it, you definitely go, well, how did we get here?
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and is this the beginning of the end of society?
Well,
Because I wish I could find this junkie guy's name. He was in my TikTok
I'm curious
thread.
now. I know that baseball dad is getting he's got a Netflix special.
I just do. I find it so odd where certain people I watch and then like the little Uzbekistanian.
Oh
kid.
yeah. What's his name? Hasbulla.
Yeah, and you just like,
Yeah.
and then I'm watching him nonstop. It's funny that the things that you can get. I mean, he's like a 18-year-old man.
Yeah. Well, when I first watched this video, I was like, they have like they have like they have wisdom. You can tell like by their mannerisms and whatnot. They've lived life in some capacity or another. Like a child wouldn't be like doing that. It'd be less like deliberate in one way or another.
You know, I want to hear his stories. You know, he's had to have gotten laid.
Yeah. I think probably. Yeah. I want to hear what it's like.
I would watch that. Or maybe I wouldn't watch that porn. I was like, I would watch that porn, and then I thought, I was like, oh, that's like watching a baby fuck.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Oh, that sucks for him. Is anytime someone fucks him, it's basically molesting a child.
Essentially, yeah. I can't. Oh fuck. I mean, with the way that the world is and clout, like I'm sure girls would be like, yeah, I'd fuck Hasbulla.
Look at he is. What an interesting. I tell you what. Do you think social media has made the world a better place or a less better place?
Way worse.
Way worse. Because
here's the thing. Okay, so as much as Hollywood is a shitty thing, there was a gatekeeping process that sort of like, there was in some form or another a meritocracy that existed. There was a gatekeeping process and the people that were there were qualified in whatever way. But now you're kind of letting algorithms dictate who gets famous and whatnot, and especially with TikTok, because we don't even know like how these videos are ending up on your. Yeah, it's based on what you
I don't know why I get what I get.
You don't know,
and I love it.
It's so addicting. It's absolutely so.
I don't
addicting.
know how they know. I wish my wife knew me the way TikTok knew me.
Yeah, like it's so strange, and I don't know. There's something that grosses me out about it in a way, because you're losing that sense of like, for artists at least, or comedians, you're losing the sense of like the struggle, the having to go out and like do this shit nightly. You're losing that, and I think what's gonna come of it is worse quality content. Like the money that they're putting into
this is the video.
Yeah. That's the podcast.
It's so good. I'm gonna find this junkie guy right now.
Find the junkie guy.
Like there's a girl I follow who has a scar on her face.
Yep.
And I was just like, I don't know. I saw she had a scar on her face, and I was like, oh, I want to support her, type of thing.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I think her TikTok is about people asking her about her scar on her face, and it's just so odd that. Everything is so fucking bizarre now. I never thought this would be. I'm gonna find this fucking guy.
Find the thing, but it's definitely made the world worse. I think
like this girl right here. Ready? This girl, Jade Spade.
Jade Spade.
She just goes, her TikTok is this.
Happy Saturday. I got into a fight.
So she gets into a fight, and then you're like, she got blood all over her, and she beat the fuck out of the other girl.
Yeah.
And then I go to her page, I look at her pictures, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'll give her a follow.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. For what?
She got beat up. And I'm like, I'm following her. And you're like, it just is so crazy. I'm going to find this fucking guy.
Yeah. And I'm
then
not.
You ever see something on TikTok where you're like, what the fuck is this? And you go, wait, do I do this?
Yes.
I saw a guy fat guy in a bikini.
Okay.
And I was like, ugh, come on, man. And then
What
I was
are you
like,
doing?
wait, I think I do this.
You're like, I've done that before.
This mom, I followed her because her kid tried to sew her shit. Or tried to show her tit.
And then you followed her.
And then I go to her page because she's got Theo Vaughn's fucking so goddamn funny.
He's top tier funny.
And so I fucking go to her page and it's a bunch of stuff of her breastfeeding, and I'm like, okay. And then I was like, oh, okay, I'll give her a follow. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, who am I following and why?
And why?
It's anyone with a physical deformity could build a fucking fan base
So quick.
hard as fuck.
Especially on TikTok. And that's, I mean, I guess in a way that, that's good or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's something to, you see that, you see money getting dumped into stuff that's less good. And it's, for me, I love film. I love comedy.
Yeah. What's your goal? Like, what's your next step?
I mean, ultimately, I want to direct. I see myself on that path. I'm working on an animated project right now.
Oh, nice.
Kind of based on my robot voiceovers. So that's sort of like long-term goals and whatnot. But to say where it's going to end up, I don't know, because with all the emerging platforms and how quickly things are changing and how how crazy the world is now, it's like you don't know where you're going to end up. So
And you got to be at the front of things.
You got to be at the forefront.
So tell me about your podcast, gents.
Oh yeah. Our podcast essentially is so it's me, Jake Adams, another really funny comedian, Mark Smalls, and another.
I know Mark Smalls.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mark Smalls.
I think I worked with Mark Smalls.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. He told me about he did your storytelling show, and told a really funny story. And he was like, it was awesome to hear Bert's laugh in the background during my story.
Yeah, wait. When did we
He's
work
got the
together?
really long hair. Somewhere in NorCal.
Yeah, I follow him too.
Mm-hmm.
He's really funny.
Yeah, he's so funny, dude. He takes the hot takes on our podcast in the golf world, and then our fourth is a really funny dude, Griff Pippin, as well. And so it's us four, and essentially we talk about our escapades on the golf course. We talk about what's going on in our lives, how much of degenerates we are. Our Instagram and TikTok just really started to take off because we have been doing this thing called the Back Off Challenge.
I love it. I saw it the other day.
Yep.
I love it.
It's so funny.
By the way, I saw one called, oh, God damn it. I just saw that the other day.
Okay, good.
I saw the Back Off Challenge.
We're in your algorithm.
Wait, can you pull it in? Can you pull it in? Because I got a similar one.
Oh.
From another guy. It might have been you guys, though. It might have been you guys. But another guy goes, this is a game I called Pal Fuck.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah.
That's so funny. So it would be on Instagram. Go to Instagram at Country Club Adjacent. Instagram.com/Country Club Adjacent. That's what our podcast is called. And the Back Off Challenge has really given us like a new dynamic. Yeah, it's that first one right there. And basically what we do is we just try to get people to back off their tee shots. We got to get you out there.
Yeah, it'd be really hard to get me to back. I wish my arm was feeling better. I really want to golf. Let me see one.
I can imagine.
Is this the Back Off
Scroll
challenge?
down. Yeah, that's a good one. We had Jim Jeffries out the other day. We got him.
I can't wait to see his swing.
Hey, Kevin, nah. Let me see the Carfax on those shoes. Hi, welcome to Best Buy. I'm Jake Adams.
You look like you're about to ask to change my socks.
You look like you sell fake Coachella tickets.
You look like you were forced to get tattoos in prison. You look like you're some girl's best friend.
Type Cog sounds like you're a superhero name. You look like the default option on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You look like when you move into a neighborhood, you have to go to all the neighbors and tell them who you are. You look like you yell at town hall meetings. You look like town hall.
Forrest Shaw.
Is that Forrest?
Yeah.
So wait. Let me see Jim Jeffries swing. Is it up here?
Scroll down a little bit. Let's see. Keep going. There he is. Boom.
Let's see Jim Jeffries swing. Get it bigger for me. I'm gonna assess his swing. Okay. All right. Hang on. Stop. Hit pause. Can we hit pause on this? I'm not in love with his open toed stance.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's already setting himself up.
Yeah, he's
for a
already
slice.
set himself up. Okay, keep going. I hate his practice swing.
Yeah.
I hate his practice
Didn't
swing.
even give 50%.
Let me tell you, stop. You ready for this? This is my dad. Buddy, fucking hit the ball. I go, what? And he goes, how many rounds of golf are you going to play? And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, how many practice swings you taking? I said, I take like 3. He goes, then by the time you get to the 18th green, you've now played 4 rounds of golf.
Wow.
And he's like, if you need one, take one, feel it, but don't take a full swing. And just hit the goddamn ball. You know what it's like to hit a fucking golf ball. Hit the goddamn ball.
I love that, dude.
All right, let me see a swing. Okay, hate his. Okay, stop. I hate his shoulders.
Yeah, look at his arch.
So don't like his pullback. This is horrible.
Yeah, he's taking it way outside.
Yes, he put it in his. Okay, those clubs look like they might be too small for him.
Yeah, he's jerking through that swing, man.
So who's got? Let me see your swing. Is your swing up here?
Yeah. So go to Instagram.com/Blake Golfing. That's my.
I bet you have a beautiful swing.
Yeah, my swing is really good right now.
No, wait. We should probably wrap this up soon. Who's the fucking chick? Paige
Siernak or
she's got a pretty good fucking swing.
Go down to one video down on the right.
Nice.
Yeah, that was solid. This was down at Ben Brown's golf course in Oceanside.
Yeah.
Or somewhere down there.
All right, go to Bert Kreischer PGX.
Ooh.
Swing.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I haven't seen your swing. This is
it's fast.
it's
like I don't even think it's that pretty. These are, by the way, my swing on a driver. So here we go.
Let's see this.
Okay. Go big screen.
Ooh. Bert, what's your handicap?
I have no idea. I don't play enough these days.
Okay.
Car speed. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Yeah.
The attitude's awesome. You just step up and rip it.
So we were.
You swing hard.
What?
Yeah.
You swing above tour average speed, really.
120.
So you swing your 796.
Wow.
Which is huge.
Yeah, but those guys that are hitting those drivers.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, Bert, there it is.
That was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Ball speed 132. Show me 186. That's what
We're hitting that.
Christ.
We're hitting that. What was that?
That was it.
What is that? We're hitting 186 at a 7-iron.
Dude.
That's knowing the numbers.
That's
right there.
186 with a 7-iron? Are you
Dude,
serious?
I'm surprised. And what's interesting is you generate your power. Like you don't have to take it far back.
No, don't go too far.
You got some strong abs.
Go back here.
Wow.
My driver. I have a driver. Go back to the page.
If you got a
My
driver swing,
driver
that's
swing.
what we really need to see is what your ball speed is on your driver.
Kreischer. Where is it? Bert Kreischer golf swing. Take PGX out.
Let's go. I'm curious about your driver ball speed.
I played with Jesus, but that's not a great representation. That's me playing with my dad when I was a kid.
Aw.
Got this fucking what's this? No. I have one on my Instagram. Go to my Instagram. You can find it on my Instagram.
Is it buried?
No, who knows? Go to my Instagram. But yeah, I was one of those kids. Obviously, I started playing golf when Big Bertha came out.
Oh yeah.
And so all of a sudden I was like, my everything changed. I started hitting a 9 degree and I was like, fuck, you gotta scroll. This is
it's down there.
Yeah.
I'm so curious. What, because you generate so much power with such a short backswing. It's like John Rahm. That's kind of like his thing. He doesn't take it all the way back, but like he gets through the ball.
So my first my first hole, my first drive's always fucking great.
Yeah.
Because I literally put very little energy into it, and I don't come back very far, and I just try to push it forward. This is my whole thought, push it forward. And then
I like that.
And then as we build throughout the day, my backswing gets to be more and more, but it takes forever because I don't really one of the things I did as a kid that would fuck my swing up was rear back rear back and really come around.
Yep.
And it would just be like I'd lose all control about hitting it straight.
Absolutely.
And I could hit it on average, I could hit it around 300 yards straight as a kid. I don't know. I mean, I can go over 300 now, but still. But on average, I would go 300 yards straight as a kid. And I was like, well, you don't need that. Oh, here, go to Body Shots World Tour, by the way.
Ooh.
This is my eagle. This is my eagle putt.
Wow. Oh, you were tight.
Oh, bro.
You were in there, dude. Come on. Wow.
All right. That's my eagle. Keep going. Get out of there.
I love that.
Keep going. You'll see a golf. You can see that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, this is my brother-in-law. This is me. Oh, this is slow motion.
Look at that takeaway.
Pretty straight.
This man knows how to play golf, dude. Look at that. You don't even go all the way back, but yet you generate so much power. You get those hands through the ball, get those hips through the ball. It's like
by the way, this is my brother-in-law.
Okay. Is he a beast? I mean, I can tell by his stance he's not.
He's broken his wrist way too early, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, he needs to widen that stance, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah, his stance is pretty small.
Coming in real steep. Doesn't even have any lower body movement. He's losing a lot of power.
Yeah. By the way, I could look at dude's golf swings. Put in Bryson D. Oh, here's my dad. Here's my dad's. You ready? Here's my dad's golf swing.
I like where he's got the ball started off.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to hit up on it, which is what you want from your driver.
He pulls it back a little bit too.
Very flat golf swing. Oh, there he is coming over the top. Does he hit a lot of cuts to the right?
No, I think since he's gotten older, he's had back problems.
Okay.
And I feel like he's so that's it. But yeah, God, I miss playing golf. I'm really bummed I fucking hurt my elbow.
How long are you in that thing for?
3 months.
3 months?
Yeah. I'm doing a golf tournament too.
Are you going to play one-handed?
No, I think I'm going to be fine. I was playing around a little bit today with that's why my driver's out.
Okay.
And I was moving it back and I said, I bet if I put a brace on, I could fucking hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I bet I could fucking actually play even a little better.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all I got to do is play super soft, and it's just a tournament. People can pay to play with me.
Oh, cool!
It's like a celebrity tournament,
celebrity pro-am.
Yeah, and so and they just gonna want to drink with me anyway. And so I was like, I'll drink, I'll party, I'll play as much as I can. If my arm hurts, I'll stop.
That's the way to do it.
I was swinging today. I had my clubs out today. I was just testing, so we got to do a promo read for them. But but yeah, man, I miss. How often are you guys playing?
We try to get at least one round together per week. That's our goal. Really? Get a lot of content going on. Maybe 2 rounds, if there's like an event or something going on. But yeah, we try to because we got to get the content. We got to get that golf content to follow our podcast and whatnot. And I mean, we always have something crazy happen. We always do some weird shit. Some wild shit happens. When we were just in Colorado, we played this course called Arrowhead. And gorgeous. It looks like you're in Mars, dude. There's like a golf course on Mars. There's these red rocks, looks like they're growing out of the fairway. But there's this par 3. It's like I think it's like 130-yard par 3. And there's a giant rock behind it. And I was like, you know what? It's gonna be fun. I want to try to hit the rock and bounce it on the green. So I hit my driver, and I tried to play a cut into the rock that was sideways. And so I hit this cut. And it hits the rock, and I'm just like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Bounces off the rock. We lost sight of it. We heard it hit the rock. That was it. I was happy. All of a sudden, we're looking at the green, lands 3 feet away from the hole. And we got it on film from 3 different angles. It is the most impossible shot that I could ever have imagined. And I'm trying to get the guys at Shot Tracer to track the ball for us.
Oh my God.
To be able to watch it, because that is one of the top 5 coolest things that I've ever done in golf.
All you're as we talk, all I'm thinking is like of these shots I've had. We used to play at a place called, I want to see if I get the name right. I think it's Robinson Ranch. It's up off the 14.
Okay. Is that like NorCal?
Is it? This is it right here. So
Robinson Range.
That's Steve Austin. It's in Santa Clarita.
Okay, so yeah,
Santa Clarita.
So that is north.
Okay.
340.
Yeah.
Woo! Uphill.
Wind behind my back.
Okay, but still, so that's like a 360.
It was dude. I'm telling you when I say I am super bummed I'm not playing golf now, because I never think about golf. I never think about golf.
Yeah.
Until I sit with someone who plays it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's how I was when I first moved to LA. I didn't play for like 3 years when I first moved out here. Didn't know anybody. Didn't have anyone to play with. Didn't even have my clubs. Finally got my clubs out here, and then I started playing a little bit. And then I got some guy that was a fan that works at Callaway was like, yo, dude, let's set you up. So I went down to the Eli Center, got all set up with new clubs and everything. And then I was like, oh, I got to play a lot. And then we started doing during quarantine. That's when I linked up with Jake and Mark and Griff. And we started our podcast and started playing. And it's brought so much joy back into my life.
Yeah, it's so fun to grab. It really is fun. I think it's fun to grab your sticks, get them in your car, and go out. Mm-hmm. What's even more fun is having them in your car. Having them in your car and going like, yeah, I'm on my way. I mean, and they never. I remember my car got broken into when I was playing golf a lot, and they didn't steal my golf clubs. And I thought, thank God they think these aren't valuable. Thank God they looked at them and were like, what are these for?
I don't need these.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't need to clean my gutters.
Yeah.
I have right now I have 2 sets of fitted, and then I probably have. I know I've got 2 sets of pings.
Yeah.
I was a big ping fan as a kid.
That's like, if I could get sponsored by like a company, like Ping is like.
I remember seeing the ping driver that was. Do you remember the ping driver that was like? It was like a cylinder.
Yeah.
It looked like this.
It looked like a trash can.
Yeah. And it was. I remember seeing that driver and being like, I need one of those immediately.
My dad had one.
My daughters joined the golf team.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was like, and we called up their first tournament. My wife and I are in Serbia, and we call up their first tournament. We're like, hey girls, how was it? And Georgia's like, good. I'd have gotten hit in the head with a golf ball.
Oh my
God.
God.
Fuck, of course she did. We're like, what happened? And she goes, some jackass teed off into my head. And we're like, by the way, I was like, Chris Porter almost died from that.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on. How do you feel? And she's like, I'm a little dizzy. And I was like, okay, we need to be waking her up every hour. I was like, motherfucker. But she was fine.
Yeah.
She was fine. Isla's got a great golf swing for so you want to know, this is, dad bragging on his kids.
Of course.
So George and Isla go and they join the golf team and they go, hey, we're not, how much have you played? And they're like, never.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, this isn't like golf lessons. And in my head, I was like, it kind of is. You're at school. Teach them how to play golf and put them on the team. And then, so they bring them out and we get them like 3 lessons each. And they go to the golf, go back to the team. They play once and the coach is like, all right, Isla's ready to start. And I was like, wait, hold on.
What are you talking about?
And she just has a no-brainer swing.
That's so awesome.
Like doesn't think about it, follows directions to a T, not much of a backswing, but just nice follow through and just hits it straight and not that far. But and then Georgia gets competitive and was like, hold on. And then Georgia starts really focusing, and now Georgia's starting for the varsity team. They're both starting for the varsity team.
Wow!
And I'm like so fucking excited for them.
That's so cool. And this is something that you're gonna have this bond with them for their entire lives.
That's what I said. I said we gotta get. I bought everyone clubs, and then I bought my wife clubs, and she's like, now I'm gonna take golf lessons. And I was like, you guys don't know any have fun. And then I was like, and then you guys will see how much better I am than anything you can do. Like you're going to go look at how great dad is. Finally in sports. I can't fucking wait to destroy them.
I'm looking forward to that for you because like that's cool that you're gonna get your whole family involved because I'm working on getting my girlfriend to play. She just got her first birdie, which was really cool out of nowhere. Like same type of thing where like she she doesn't necessarily know the mechanics, but she used to be a gymnastics person and a figure skater.
Yeah.
So she's got like, you know, that flexibility and whatnot. But we were on a par 3. It was like 100, maybe no, it was probably like 70 yards. I gave her my 9-iron. I was like, just swing. Just go ahead and swing. Just feel the ball. She hits it 25 feet. And this putt was like crazy, dude. Like we had like a huge ridge in the green. And I was like, all right, you know, I didn't know what to say. So I was like, just don't hit it too hard. And she just like hits it. It goes over this ridge and it's breaking. I was like, there's no way that's going in. There's no way. Fucking hits the stick, drops. And I was just like, holy shit. And so I'm hoping, you know, that because those are the shots that bring you back. That's what really gets people into the game.
Yeah.
And encourages them to like continue trying, you know?
I was playing with Michael Collins and I go, I'm smelling hole in one. It's our first hole. It's our first hole.
Did you call
I go,
fucking
I'm smelling
ace?
hole in one. And he goes, you think? And I tee off. We played it's the hardest course in the world. It's a par 3 hardest course in the world.
Where?
Can you type in Bert Kreischer, Michael Collins?
I'm so curious. What is the hardest course in the world?
The hardest motherfucking course. It'll come up. Okay, see, yeah, this is it. Scottsdale National.
Okay.
And see if there's see what the par 3 course is. Nope. Next one. No. Hover over the next ones. Hover over the next one.
The bad
other
little
course.
9.
The bad little 9.
That little bastard.
Click that.
Look at that stupid green. That would piss me off so much. I would get so mad at that green.
I scored on the first hole. I scored a 9. And by the way, teed off, overshot the green by maybe 15 feet, but still very playable.
Yeah.
Still very playable. And Michael Collins goes, I go, what should I do? And he goes, you're fucked.
Oh,
I said, what do you
no.
mean? And he goes, you're fucked. You're never going to get it. And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, I don't know what shot you got in your bag that you can put there. And I was like, what do you mean? I go, I'll just lag it. And he goes, you're fucked.
Good luck.
And I hit with a putter. I was off the green by 15 feet, lagged a putter, and it rolled off the front. And then I never got back up.
Yeah, because I mean, I saw some of those slopes just in the pictures, and they never do it justice. So to see a slope like that, I know in real life, that shit is just.
I mean, one was like the size of a fucking table.
Oh my God.
And everything fell off. I mean, the last one we did.
No thanks.
It was such a hard fucking course.
Look at
all
those
par threes,
stupid
all par
greens.
Threes,
Oh
all
my
par
God.
threes.
I would get so mad, dude. You don't understand. Whenever course designers do shit like this, I get so mad. I'm like, what are you doing?
We gotta play this. I wonder if I mean, it's tough. I'll tell you the key is if we can get Bob Parsons on Rogan, then we can do whatever we want here. Because Bob loves Joe and wants on Joe's podcast, and he I think he respects Joe. He sees eye to eye with the kind of guy Joe is, and you know, Joe just isn't into golf. Thank God.
Yeah. Oh no.
If Joe got,
Why do you say that?
Oh,
he would just become obsessed.
Oh. He would become obsessed.
Yeah.
I mean, it is such his sport.
Yeah.
It is such his sport. And he would become obsessed, and there would be no reeling him back. His things he's obsessed with are billiards and archery.
Yeah.
Both very similar to golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an accurate Joe, we would lose him forever.
Although quit his podcast.
We would love his podcast because his podcast would be like fucking Tiger, Bryce, like all the fucking people we would love to hear. You know, they'd all do his podcast.
And they would have John Daly on Joe Rogan. Imagine the stories.
So wait, if I can get golf, I've always wanted to have certain golfers on the podcast.
Okay.
Can I steal some of you guys to come be on my podcast? Say we get John Daly here.
Yeah.
Because I would love to have John Daly, but I feel like if I do John Daly one-on-one, that I feel like I wouldn't do justice to the golf community with John Daly.
I feel that.
You know, like, because I would just want to talk about partying.
Yeah, you'd be like, wait, so when you were
and I don't know enough about golf. I mean, I feel like I know enough about golf, but I don't know enough about golf to really have a very educated conversation with them.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I would love that.
Okay,
dude.
open invite. If any of our golfer fans are listening, any pro golfers listen to this, open invite to any golf. But I should put that out there. Open invite to any pro golfer that wants to be on the podcast. By the way, any open invite to any pro athlete. I would love a pro athlete.
It's so cool talking to people who are like masters of like whatever it is in terms of athletics.
Yeah.
Because that means you have such control and poise over your body. You have the dedication to be in the top tier of humans at that particular sport. It's cool.
It's
athletes,
fucking awesome.
shout out to athletes, dude.
All right, I'll hit you up. Well, first of all, you're gonna do the Florida run with me?
Yes,
Okay.
that sounds so much
Florida
fun.
run, we'll play golf on there.
Let's go.
That'll be fun. And then I'll hit you up and go. And if I can get like a pro golfer on here, I got 2 more seats. We'll have drinks.
Let's go. We'll have a highball glass.
This has been a great podcast. Thank you very much.
So much fun.
I hope I did you justice, but here's the deal. I have 2 more seats. If you want to bring on any of the guys from your golf podcast,
Yeah.
we can do a group podcast, have beers, have some cigars, smoke weed. I know you smoke weed.
Oh yeah.
And so we can do that when I get back in September.
Yeah.
Let's organize that.
That sounds really
and
fun.
bring him on. Bring on Jake, because I like his swing.
Okay, yeah. Right on.
And
Dude.
we can probably fit one more chair in here, right? Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
We can figure out, because you guys have got 4, right?
Yeah, 4 total.
Yeah, we'll get the whole thing. God, my fucking. All right, I'm gonna go get drunk and smoke a cigar with my executives.
Let's go.
It's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, when you guys come back, I'm sure I don't do good service on a podcast of representing a guest's talents. I talk over everyone, and all we did was talk about fucking Tiger Woods and golf.
I know, but it was such a joy.
It was a great conversation, man. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you.
Fuck yeah, Florida State forever.
Let's go.